Gentlemen, welcome to Two Beers Deep. Yeah, we still do an intro. We just kind of keep talking during it at this point because no one watches the beginning anymore. It's a pretty lackadaisical show. I don't know if you guys know or not. I went to therapy, so like now I'm real laid back and stuff. Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how Austin
Yeah,
was like,
sure,
what time's
sure.
Austin? Shut the fuck up, Craig. Austin's like, yo, what time is like mic check? And you know what, man? We'll get on the air. It's not, there's no mic. It's chill. It's all cool. I'm a cool, chill guy.
I still don't see it.
So much, so much
what,
to
the
dissect
show?
there. So much.
Yeah.
It still does say uploading, but it says live on here. And so what I'm gonna do? Okay, it's live on mine. So that's the thing. I gotta go. I gotta hit public. I gotta hit share. Now it's like live on Facebook, and now we would be able to actually discuss stuff.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so it works well on YouTube, but YouTube I found out does not send a notification to people, which is interesting. Because I had a buddy who would follow us on YouTube. Why aren't y'all live yet? You know what, Cat? Meow. That's the text I just sent her. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Two Beers Deep. We have some founding fathers with us today. Josh's first time since having marital unprotected sex. Austin's first time back on air in a decent while.
Shame.
I don't even know what the last time we had you on, Austin, because we really, I can't stress enough. I'm super cool and laid back now, guys. It's not a stressful environment. This is just for fun, It's so laid back.
I'm laid back. I'm so laid back right now.
Austin, what have you been up to?
I don't see you laying back though.
Yeah, hold on, let me move back. Lay back.
Super laid. Everyone here's we're just chilling and laid back and casual and having a fun time.
It's been good, man. Not a whole lot. I'm in my 30s now, which is very young man of me to say.
Welcome.
Got a house and taking care of animals, and I got a cut. So,
And
yeah.
you got a cut. Good. Well, that makes me happy.
I'm glad.
Yeah, see, because I'm a happy guy now. Josh, what's new with you, you sex-having son of a bitch?
Yeah. I had sex one time, and now I don't sleep at night. So, what they told you in high school.
Consequences.
Consequences.
We have a super fun show. This is going to take probably more than 2 hours, so we were sticking to our 2 hours time limit.
Oh, yeah.
Let's crack our beers, because I have Greg and I here. You guys want to know something crazy?
What's that?
We don't even drink as much on the show anymore. We're
Wow,
just so
that's how cool
laid
guys
back.
you guys are.
Yeah, but I bought beer for today, which is great. This is going to happen. So do you guys have drinks? Did you remember to do that, Austin and Josh? Because if not, it's cool, man. It's fine.
I have a nice sparkling ice black ice.
We are pathetic,
Wow.
guys. Hold on, we're sad. We used to shotgun beers
Yeah,
over equipment and not even care at all, except for Josh.
No. Protect the things
Austin,
that
you're
make
the
us money.
youngest one here. What are you doing?
I mean, I can just send Bree a text message for her to grab me a beer, but
Do you have beer in your house, or would poor
I do.
Bree have to? Okay, all right. If Bree had to leave your house, that would be an issue.
yeah, that would be embarrassing.
That'd be a hell of a pull, by the way, to like make Bree come back to your house and then just to give you a beer though. That'd be hilarious.
Okay. Fixing it.
There would definitely be a little bit
I
of
wasn't
like,
gonna
sorry,
drink.
babe, love you, babe. Real quick in the chat, I know we got Dre here. Dre is here. So
Okay,
Dre
I'm ready.
was unable to do tonight because he has his volleyball, I believe, or softball game. Good luck at that, Dre. But we'll get an hour going. 3, 2, 1, action. Josh is drinking one of the greatest beers on God's green earth. I am drinking a Southern Grist double-aged hop teal, which teal is their best beer. This is double. Greg, you are drinking a Liquid Death because Brendan has a mangina. And Austin is drinking something that looked cherry.
Black raspberry.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so the goal of tonight is to do a 4-person, 18 each, 7-round NFL mock draft. I will show you guys the website we're using. So, Josh, this is technology, super sick. Puts the bottom of the screen. Now we can screen share. Don't need all this crazy stuff.
That's great.
It's fun. It's different. It's there. I can read the chat. The chat is in from everything. Riverside's cool. Here's how it goes, guys. I have a 1-minute timer that I'm just going to have on my phone going. So I'm no longer answering text. Kat says I've missed Josh with you guys.
Aww.
She watched the show.
So sweet of her.
Dre writes in, Austin looks like he drinks Cherokee Red. Very different sentiment coming across our chat today.
Is Cherokee Red bad?
Peanut
now?
Gallery.
Did that get eaten up by cancel culture?
It didn't get canceled, but I can't tell you it's good.
I seem to remember it being tasty, but who knows?
Well, I guess is it cherry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone has to turn their volume down. So Dre, the volumes are good. What happens is Greg catches an echo because he can't figure out how to fucking do it after 8 years. But it's cool because we're chill now. And we're
chill
not
guys
like, yeah, we're super
We are.
chill guys now. So I don't
Yeah.
care if I hear myself 7 times.
Yep.
There's an echo. Oh, no, there is, Dre. There's an echo. Thank you. That would be Greg.
Yep. I'm just gonna, whatever.
But we're cool, chill guys, so we don't even, it doesn't echo. What echo? All right, guys, we have a minute per pick. We have all of our teams. We each have 3 pauses, which I will mark on this just wonderful piece of paper. That pause is there for a 5-minute discussion about the pick. My assumption is we can use one at the Steelers. Everyone has them. The goal is to get as far into this mock as we can in 2 hours, which is why the picks went from 2 minutes to a minute. I feel like we'll be okay. On screen, using PFF, we will have every team selected for us. Everyone knows their teams. I am very happy to help you organize. The only complication will be, I believe I have to call Keaton on the Bengals picks, which we'll see what he does. Him and I did mocks together. We did a couple mocks together. He's feeling good. We're in the same area. It just depends how the board falls.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
check to make sure that he is aware. Of
That
the-
is awesome. So I just muted Greg and everything that was bad about the audio stopped. Now unmuting Greg so he can talk, but I just wanted to gut check that and make sure it was him. And there I am again in the background. Next week's show will be live in person in my apartment, so there will be no echo. We might be back on OBS. All right, any questions, guys?
I don't believe so.
Cool.
Ready?
The teams are, Josh, you have the 49ers, the Giants, the Lions, the Bucks, the Ravens, the Titans, the Jets, and the Broncos. Austin, you have the Seahawks, the Commanders, the Packers, the Falcons, the Browns, the Jags, the Dolphins, the Chargers. Gregory has the Rams, the Cowboys, the Vikings, who he hates, the Saints, the Steelers, the Texans, the Bills, and the Chiefs. I have Cardinals, Eagles, Bears, Panthers, Bengals, Colts, Patriots, Raiders. We all have our updated rankings, which we can go to if need be. We have a minute per each pick, and here's how I will start it right now.
Can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
So I was watching Mel Kiper and Field Yates just so I knew exactly what Austin and Greg were going to say. And, and
That's fair.
and
Not a knock, Greg. It's just
but Field Yates said something which I really liked, and it's something that it's how I do these things for if this is the first time seeing me do them. You might, on every list, this guy might be above this guy, but just because that team likes the guy below does not mean that they're going to take the top guy, right? And so it's all about who they like, and if their guys fall into them, they're going to go get them, that kind of thing. And that's how I do it. So, like, thinking from each team's perspective, trying to be like, okay, who would the Titans take at 1?
Got it.
Right.
That is really impressive. That is a necessary criteria. What is the lens we're looking through? So, Josh, you are saying you are going to look through. Sid says, happy to see Josh's face. Thank you, Sid. Trey said a retweet. You are going at this, Josh, from what you believe the team will do.
Yes.
I would challenge you to, that is, yes, in a combination, but also you are the GM of these teams. So If you, as the GM of these teams, are trusting what you've heard from your team, totally fine. Let's do that is totally cool to do this. This is not anything other than you are the GM of these teams. So for Josh's example here, if we clearly had Shedeur as number 1 quarterback, but he knows the Titans are leaning Ward, he would then take Ward. Just, that's how I assume it. Everybody can run it how they want, and feel free when your minute starts to talk. You have the full minute. I'll give you a 20-second and then a 10-second and then like a 5-second actual countdown. Keep me honest here. I'm going to try my best. But yeah, good note. All right, boys, are we ready?
Get it.
Titans are on the clock.
So in that discussion, if Josh Elsas is drafting, he's taking Shedeur Sanders 1-1 if you need a quarterback. I am aware that is my opinion. I'm also aware that the Titans may not take a quarterback at 1. If I'm them, we've talked a lot about the new stadium and them needing to put asses in seats. Cam Ward is hard to defeat. The kid is electrifying, and I don't know if he's going to be a great NFL quarterback, but he will certainly be fun to watch. His basement is Anthony Richards, right? So pretty good basement as far as being entertaining. So I'm going to go ahead and take Cam Ward at 1.
Cam Ward at 1. The next team, the Browns, are on the clock.
Before the whole Myles Garrett debacle, it was debated that they would go for the next best edge rusher, which would be what some would argue the best talent in this class, Abdul Carter. I kind of thought even though the deal happened, they would still go Abdul to have that dual threat edge on both sides. I don't know why some people think that they're looking for a quarterback here. I have never seen that since day one. I don't understand it, but as we all know, through various talks, quarterback is the most important need of an NFL team. That's not where I'm going, though. I'm going with I believe,
15 seconds left,
most valuable player in this draft class, and they need help on both sides. He'll play both. Give me Travis Hunter.
All right, Travis Hunter off the board with 4 seconds left. I will let you keep going. The Giants are on the clock.
Yeah, so they addressed the quarterback room with J-Mo and Russ. So I think their next big need is going to be offensive line. And there's 2 dudes I love. They both played at LSU. They need more help at guard. But I genuinely believe that Will Campbell is a top 5 pick. I think he is the tits. And him just being there at 3, and you've already addressed the quarterback, you got to go with the big boy Will Campbell out of LSU.
All right, boys. I am using my first pause.
Cool.
I am starting a timer right now for 3 minutes, let's say, because it's early on. So you have the Giants right now taking Will Campbell. 2 questions I have for you. 1, is Will Campbell a certified, great left tackle? And 2, who in your mind is he protecting?
So I think he's protecting Russ. And I think he is a NFL starting lineman.
Agreed.
Okay. And that a guy like that can probably learn to play left tackle. Now, I'm just going to pull up his stuff real quick. I feel like he might be a touch smaller than what we would want at left tackle.
Yes, Greg and Austin, during the pause, feel free to jump in too. This is so
6'6". His arms are 32 inches. He's like borderline, right? Like you'd like to see him at least an inch taller kind of thing, maybe a little bit longer in the arms. But I genuinely believe if you are going to go O-lineman in the first round, which I believe they will, because they can go get a roll of the dice guy in the 2nd, 3rd round at quarterback if they need to. My only other thought for the Giants is maybe they go to wide receiver or try to get another weapon to add to the mix. But I feel like, what's that?
Nothing.
That was Austin speaking in a girl voice for some reason. I don't really know.
It happens sometimes. Just happens.
I just don't think that. I don't think that there's a 1-1 guy for a weapon for them. You know what I mean? Like if you think Ashton Gentry's the fucking man, like maybe you go get him. But like otherwise, I think like you can go get a weapon in the second round that'll be just as quality. And if you're gonna take, like, I don't think Will Campbell's gonna be there in the second round.
Okay. I have my point where I want to make. Now, Abdul is on the board. Is the fact that they don't think they've quite gotten a lot out of yet of Kayvon Thibodeau the reason of why that you're not picking Abdul here? Because I've seen this argument a lot where they do pass on Abdul to take, say, like a Will Campbell. I've seen actually a lot of people start mocking Mason Graham here for a reason to build up with Dexter Lawrence and then interior. Is Kayvon Thibodeau essentially the reason why you're not taking Abdul here? If so, why is that? Because I believe that you can still get a fine piece of talent out of Abdul with a 3-edge set.
So here's my deal. I don't think Abdul Carter is a NFL starting edge rusher, linebacker, or anything. And I know that's a hot take, but
Austin was not. Austin has missed being on air with you. Yeah. And he is not prepared for what is coming out of your mouth today.
Austin, he's very small. And yes, he's electrifying.
Greg, stay unmuted, Greg, because I want to hear your gasps. The echo is fine. I'm sorry I picked on you.
I think that he is small. He is not good in 3 technique. He is not a middle linebacker. And as an edge rusher, he is not going to be able to compete against NFL guards and tackles. Just plain and simple. Okay. He does not have the size and the power to do so. There's also some circulating things about him being a cancer in the locker room and being a me guy, a guy who doesn't like to practice, some of that kind of stuff. Now, that can all be whatever.
Pause just to call out. Keep going with it.
I also don't have the Giants addressing, like, I have defensive line as my 4th most important need for them. I have 2 offensive lineman slots and a quarterback slot before I have
That's fair.
defense at all. Because it wasn't the defense that was the problem with that team.
Very true. Those are valid.
Greg, 40 seconds left. Thoughts, concerns, questions?
I have.
Good question.
I've been upfront numerous times already about how Will Campbell is absolutely an offensive tackle in the NFL, regardless of T-Rex arms or not. I am curious, though, Josh, when you draft him, are you putting him at tackle or guard?
So the need is at tackle, but they have a higher need at guard. So, in theory, now here's the problem. I think they're both right. It's not left. My guess is that kid's talented enough, or you flip a guy or whatever. But, yeah, I don't think it matters. I think you just put him where you need him, and you're like, you do what you do, buddy. You do it as well as anybody that's going to be in this draft. He was like the best player available, in my opinion, to a large extent.
Okay, pause is done.
That's how highly I think of him.
Let's go back in. The Patriots are on the clock. That is me. And start. Fuck you, Josh. This was my pick. Every single mock I've done, no matter what it is, every I'm gonna spend the whole minute. Every single entity, every single mock, every computer, every human being on planet Earth, everyone in the world takes Abdul Carter there. That way, Mike Vrabel can get the guy who is his guy. It just blows me away. Dre did write into. They can't give up on Tibbs. If anything, they trade down Tibbs in year 4, which is not to give up. I disagree, Drake. I would give up on Tibbs for an Abdul Carter. Tibbs has been the #1 trade talk piece for the Giants, so step away there. One more, 15 seconds left. Fuck you, Josh. Let's go with Abdul Carter for the New England Patriots. They are very excited to get the #1 edge rusher in this class, one of 3 remaining blue chips I have. The Jaguars are on the clock. That is you, Austin. You are on mute.
Yeah, you're muted.
Look at that. Yeah,
I was like, please tell me in pick 5 we know what teams we are.
Dude,
all right, restarting.
Mad Elf in April? God damn.
I still got him. 2 sips and I'm on mute. All right, look, this seems like a very shocking pick at this point for this. I've seen only maybe 2 other names put in that are left at this spot. The main two, I'm going to say, you can either go Mason Graham defensive line, or, which a lot of people have been doing, they did get rid of Evan Ingram. They have Brendan Strange, but having a Tyler Warren here would be huge in my point for Trevor Lawrence's development. But I am going to stick with the safe pick. I'm going to go with the defensive lineman, and I'm going to go Mason Graham here. I think that's just the right pick. The edges haven't panned out as far as they need to, and there has to be some help on that defensive line.
Great pick. All right. That pick is in, reset. The Raiders will take Ashton Jeanty. I will now accept all questions for the remaining 55 seconds I have. Josh, you're muted.
I saw that post from Ashton Jeanty, and you don't even have to guess. You know I fucking loved it.
Well, he's 10th on your board, Josh. So we got to talk about that eventually.
I love him. I don't love him.
I did not even look at a single other player, despite the fact that the Raiders do not have a starting cornerback, which is a hilarious thing to bring up here. The Raiders just don't have a starting cornerback. But give me Ashton Jeanty there, and I will be very happy as I pass it along to the Jets with you, Josh.
The Jets. Man, what do you do with the Jets, right? It's I guess it's QB here, right?
It's your team, but they just got Fields.
True. They have a weapon already, and it's one of his favorite weapons. I hate the tight end class. I'll go O-line again. And I really love Kelvin Banks out of Texas. He's a nasty motherfucker, and he's got great feet. Yeah, I'm taking Kelvin Banks there.
Love it. Panthers are on the clock, which is your boy. I don't hate that at all, Josh, for the record. I think Kelvin Banks is a great tight end. You don't go to, despite them not being like top prospects, you don't go to LSU and you don't go to Texas and start every game for 3+ seasons and not be good at what you do. That is how I look at both those guys. I think it's a great pick. The needs for the Panthers come in as secondary, wide receiver, edge, all of that. Totally understand, get all that, respect it. Fuck all that. The other blue chip. So the blue chips for me are Travis Hunter, Will Campbell, Abdul Carter, Mason Graham. He's getting really fucking close to blue chip, Greg. Give me Jalen Walker. I love Jalen Walker. 15 seconds left. Best middle linebacker. He's the opposite of Abdul, where he was edge and flipped in. He has a weird body type for the NFL middle linebacker. The Panthers need studs and stars on that defensive side of the ball. None of these cornerbacks wow me at this point in the draft. Resetting the clock. The Saints are on the board.
Yeah, you've been very high on him coming into this process, so I'm not surprised by that. But for me, for the Saints, coming into this, I was going to take Will Johnson because they desperately need to address the secondary in this class. But after the news coming out about Derek Carr, give me Shedeur Sanders here.
Okay. Wow, you have 40 seconds left. Do you want to break it down?
Simple as this. The fact that Kellen Moore is going to be taking over as the head coach for this team, you find out in April that your starting quarterback coming into this year is going to have shoulder surgery. We have no clue what actually happened during that time frame. Looking at this team as well, they have been spinning their wheels now for, it feels like, since Drew Brees retired, and I personally think they need to at least reset the idea of what they want for their offense to run through. And I think Shedeur Sanders, even though he doesn't have the athletic traits that we necessarily desire in this league anymore, he is a pocket present quarterback that is going to make smart decisions, which I think is what is necessary in a type of offense that Kellen Moore wants to run.
Don't hate it. The Bears are on the clock. That is me. Would have loved, I know Austin was the first one to really say it, to bring Jeanty in here. Don't disagree with that. That would have been fun and cool. I do somewhat disagree with taking a tackle here. Reason being is I have Armand Mendoza right. We were talking about it in the chat where he's athletic enough to switch over. He's a right tackle. They have Darnell Wright over there. So it's an interesting kind of place they're placed in. I don't think Malachi Starks go here. I don't really think that there's a ton that happens. So it is gonna be Membo. I don't know. Like, I can't stress enough that for me with Membo, we are rewarding athleticness at the combine and not tape. We're not rewarding the position he plays. We are rewarding potential here. So I want you guys to know that I very much understand what I am doing, but I do not feel like I don't think Armand Membo is magically going to be the best left tackle in football. I think he did a good combine, and I think he has some average to above average tape. The 49ers are on the clock. Thank you for clapping, Josh.
Yeah, so I loved everything you said. I'm going to talk about the 49ers here. They need a middle linebacker. They need him to go. They need him to be a first-round talent. And I hate Jalen Walker. I think he's too small.
I agree, but he's sick.
Okay. He's 6'1". Okay.
You're 5'8".
Playing middle linebacker in the NFL, Derek.
You're a dad. That's a more important position than middle linebacker, and you're short.
Who is a 6'3" middle linebacker who can move side to side and drop back into coverage and blitz. His name's Jahad fucking Campbell out of Alabama. I gushed about him all season. I loved watching him play at Alabama. I think he's a guy that literally can become that like star middle linebacker that teams don't really have anymore. I think he can be that guy.
The Cowboys are on the clock.
Okay, so based on how the board is falling, there's not an offensive lineman that I feel like I'm going to reach for here, which I feel like they desperately need. So instead, I'm going to go with one of Deke's favorite players in this class. Give me Tetiora McMillan here.
Oh, you slut.
From Arizona.
You slut. Mm-hmm. You got 30 seconds to tell everybody how great he is.
Their receiver depth behind C.D. Williams is ugly as hell. Ugly. And I understand everyone's concerned about the running game from this past season, but they just restocked it with Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders. They have a young offensive line still that's kind of growing, and I would have invested in it here, but honestly, based on how the board's falling, there's no one here that I would reach for at 12, and instead give me a premium position that is going to help Dak in this offense right away.
Austin, the Miami Dolphins are on the clock.
Yeah, so this is interesting, right? Because I definitely kind of expected a Calvin Banks to be here and is essentially for an offensive lineman prospect. The only other thing that I would argue for this pick is that Jalen Ramsey is now maybe on the verge of a trade target. Will that happen? I'm not necessarily sure. It's gonna be Will Johnson here, but I did actually think Tyler Gordon for a hot second to help out that tight end room with Tua, but you gotta rely on defense. And if Jalen Ramsey goes, that entire secondary, especially with Javon Holland leaving, is gonna need some serious upgrades.
So Will Johnson, right?
So Will Johnson, yes.
Beautiful. The Colts are on the clock. I mean, we don't got to spend a lot of time on this. Tyler Warren is a Colt. Next. I don't even think, does anyone have questions? This is the easiest mock I've ever done. Cool. Next. Moving right along, Kurt Budosh's Atlanta Falcons are on the clock.
Yeah, so I don't understand why the Atlanta Falcons are allergic to rushing the passer. I don't understand it. They, I think, maybe had like the least amount of sacks again for like how many years in a row for getting to the quarterback. So you could argue, is it all about the athletic traits? Is it character concerns? But I'm going to go the edge rusher out of Marshall here. I'm going to go Mike Green.
Oh, you sexy son of a bitch, you. I love Mike Green so much. A wonderful pick. Next up, we got the Cardinals, which is me. I got back-to-backies here. Oh, the Cardinals. Pass rush is a big one. Wide receiver is a big one, too. You can't go back-to-back years with wide receivers in there, so I'm not even considering anybody else. I would love to see Matthew Golden running with Marvin Harrison Jr., but we're just not going there. I would have taken Mike Green here, just for the record, Austin. I think that some of the other edges in here, just to look at them, like Michael, for me, I have no idea where to put him. Shamar Stewart, I think, is a guy that looks the part. He's an LTP, as Mel calls it. Pierce gives me concern. Orton's tape of Purdue is way better. Donovan Izaraku's compact. Landon Jackson's fine. At the DTs, Harmon Nolan, Kenneth Grant, I have in that next tier there. For me, in this league, though, you need to get to the quarterback. I think if the Cardinals, if there's one person who can maybe make Shamar Stewart work, it's the Cardinals head coach, Gannon. So I will go Shamar Stewart here for the Cardinals. Which then gets us to the amazing position of the Cincinnati Bengals. Hey, Bengals are on the clock.
He answered so fast.
Walter Nolan is available. You just want to blindly go into him. You don't care about the edges.
What top edges are available?
Michael Williams, Nick Scorton, James Pierce, Donovan Izaraku. Tackles are Derek Harmon, Walter Nolan, Kenneth Grant.
No, it's Walter Nolan, no question.
All right, love you. Call me in a second. All right, Walter Nolan on the board for the Bengals. That leaves the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, it's fun as picking for Seattle, man. They got so many needs, and I'm interested in this because I think it's the middle of the first round. I don't know if reaching for a guard here is necessarily the right move, and Gray Zabel or Tyler Booker. Instead, I might go and immediately try to replace that receiver position with one of the fastest people in this draft. So give me Matthew Golden here for the Seattle Seahawks.
Don't hate it at all.
Put him and JSN together. Let's watch some fireworks from Sam Darnold. We saw how he is with the deep ball. So
I don't know if I've ever heard somebody compare Sam Darnold to fireworks. The Tampa Bay Bucks are on the clock, Josh.
Yeah, so the Bucks need defense bad. Pretty much every position. So do I do it? Mason Graham's not gone yet, yeah?
Oh, he's been. Yeah.
He's gone.
Mason Graham went 5th overall to the Jaguars.
Good pick.
Peter is the other DTs, Josh. You're at 30, and then all the edges.
I'm going edge.
Okay, I'll just show you the edges on the screen.
And it's Donovan. I don't know how the fuck you say this. Out of Boston College, he is fucking relentless. Yeah. He has all the moves. He got speed for fucking days. I love this kid, and it also helps that he does the Titus O'Neil after he gets a sack. So,
facts.
I know that he is ranked a lot lower. That guy against top tier talent was electric to watch.
Compact. He is a compact runner.
He's awesome.
And I know you're up next, Josh. I'm taking a quick second. I tagged Kurt Budosh because I said Austin just said your team is allergic to rushing the passer. Kurt is in here. Kurt said they should have had Jared Verse last year, so I agree with Austin. So there you go. Our fan, what up, Kurt? Good to see you, brother. Hope all's good. Our notable Atlanta Falcons. Josh, the Broncos are on the clock.
I also want to just state that I suck, obviously, at evaluating edge talent because I thought Jared Verse was going to be a bust.
Jared Verse is old and sick as fuck.
Okay, so I'm so sorry because I'm trying to get all my shit organized.
You're good.
Has Judkins gone yet?
No. So running backs available are Omarion Hampton, Travion Henderson, Caleb Johnson, Quinshon Judkins, DJ Gibbons, and Scat as the top.
Judkins is my 1-1. He's a fucking manimal. He loves contact and burying linebackers. And I think that, like, there's a lot of things, like the Broncos need a lot of weapons. They need all weapons. And there's some receivers that are falling that I feel like I could go get later. And I just legitimately think, like, having a guy that Bo can turn around and hand the ball off to and not have to fucking worry is as comforting as having a no drops wide receiver.
So Judkins?
Yeah.
Off the board. That takes us over to Greg with the pick that we can pause if we'd like to, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Don't fuck it up.
I am refusing to reach for a quarterback here at 21 for anyone else in this class, so I am not going to do it. I will not put myself in that stance. So I am doing the smart move here. I am adding to that defense. I'm getting the heir apparent for Cam Hayward. Give me Derek Harmon here.
Okay. I will use my second pause. I have one pause remaining. Okay, so let's dissect it. We're not taking Dart here. And I guess on a pause, why don't the three of us get to ask Greg a question? That seems like a nice way to use the pause. Like, I'll say, then Josh, and then Austin. Two concerns I have. So Derek Harmon's a great pick. I think he's awesome there. We all know that I love Kenneth Grant a little bit more. I think he's a little more of a killer. But Derek Harmon does everything you want. I guess if you're taking the DT first, that's where I go. Greg, one player who is drastically falling here compared to mocks and conversations and everything is Jahdae Barron. This is the deep DT class. Barron traditionally is not here. He plays all positions in the corner. We have a ton of issues with JPJ on holding penalties. A ton of issues in our secondary for who's going to be in there next. The nickel, I love Beanie Bishop. He's undersized. That specifically, that player, Jahdae Barron. Talk to me why Derek Harmon over him when we had the discussion, I know, with Dre in the group chat, a little bit about, like, what's our needs.
And I will say, like, Barron is definitely someone that I would consider here, too. It's hard to pass up on that, especially when he plays so many different areas of the secondary so well. He can be a cover corner, even though he's undersized. He's a perfect slot defender. He could also probably break out at safety, too, if you want. But I look at the depth that we have everywhere and stuff, and I can give them at least some credit for realizing that the secondary, they have some youth there still. They've done a good job getting some talent in there recently with Juan Thornhill, with Darius Slay. They still like Corey Trice a lot, and I'm not ready to give up on him just yet. But I think the key for them, though, is that defensive line, that 3-4 line, is not something that most NFL teams play, and you need the right fit to be able to have a defensive lineman to fit that scheme personally, and Derek Harmon fits it just right. He's 6'5", 300-something pounds, has the exact same measurables as Cam Hayward when he was coming out, and he's a disruptor. He's not going to be someone that is going to try to rush the passer the entire time. He's okay with eating up blocks necessarily to be able to allow for guys to get single coverage on the edge, and I think the way the Steelers play defense, it focuses so much on being able to get to the point of attack, and they have been adamant that the trenches are something that they are focusing on. And I do think that there's a couple secondary guys that they can get later on if they really want to go there, and Barron's tempting, but I feel like based on what the Steelers' fit is and how they play their defense, I think Harmon is too perfect of a fit for them to pass up on.
Cool. Austin, Josh?
Go ahead, Austin.
We both said that. I'll go. Look, I have come out and I've said that Jahdae Barron, I mean, Derek kind of made my point of, with Barron there and having such a big D-tackle class, it's very interesting to see you go in this route. But with an aging position at D-tackle, I understand it. It's just the fact of my love for Barron, being that, yes, he is undersized, but I think that while he has made some great plays, there is some little gap. Barron being the cover corner that he is with that, I think would have been a much better pick with it being such a big D-tackle class. It's really more of a point than a question. So
I can respect your point, though, Austin. Nothing wrong with that. It's just what we think they prioritize, what they should prioritize more with that early pick. So it's up to them.
Josh?
What do you got for me?
Hey, first-time caller, long-time listener. Have you ever seen TJ Sanders tape against LSU?
I have not seen it actually. So
cool. Go watch that. Call me.
Would like, sir.
Okay, moving on here.
Okay.
We are
All right. Really noted.
to Austin. You are up for the Chargers, my friend.
Man, it
was a top 30 visit, Greg. I did check that out for you. So
this is pretty fun for me, being that you have 2 Michigan guys available here, and it's all about what route do I want to go. Oh man, the most infuriating part of watching that offense last year was watching Will Dissly constantly drop the freaking ball, and I can't have that this year. I think if Warren wasn't coming out, Loveland would have definitely been the first tight end. And there's a huge, in my estimation, huge drop-off in the tight end class after Loveland is gone. So I will go Colston Loveland here for the tight end position.
Don't hate it one bit. The Packers.
As I take a breath and I go at it again. He's right here. This makes it especially very easy, considering that what are we going to do at corner? Answer, this plus talent equals Jahdae Barron.
It's a great pick. I'm very floored he fell, but also I don't disagree with any pick we've made so far. It's one of those mocks where PFN did it on the stock exchange, Greg, and Michael Williams went in the late second just because you're looking at picks. Greg, you're one of 4, I believe, 4 or 5 picks for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yep, looking forward to it so much. So I'm glad that Barron got taken at 23 because I wouldn't have had to have the conversation in my head about which way I'd go between him and this guy. And this one I think is easy for me, Nick Emmanwori. I have a feeling you are going to ask me about why I didn't pick Malachi Starks here, and I understand that. But
Josh, the way I look at it is Malachi Starks over Nick Emmanwori and how much better he is, and then he does.
I love Malachi Starks. But I think for the Minnesota Vikings defense, though, they have struggled so much when it comes to actually like having consistent health in that secondary and also just having athletes that can cover. I don't think they've had a decent defensive back. Well, they still have Harrison Smith, but like they haven't had a decent defensive back since Xavier Rhodes, and he got cooked a long time ago. Put Emmanwori in that secondary. He is a true strong safety that can come up to the box and be able to tackle tight ends and has no problem going for it, but he's also athletic enough that can also drop back into coverage and be able to make plays in center field if necessary in that sense. I think he is a good fit for what they're going to try to utilize him in that secondary, and I believe that is going to do wonders for them.
I would have told you were over time, but you have the next 2 picks as well, Greg. So the Texans are on the clock. I was wondering why it felt like Greg hadn't talked about Austin. I also muted you. There was some background noise. Feel free to unmute yourself whenever you want to talk and stuff. I do not want to be. It has it makes me sound like I have like a really deep voice. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Greg for the Texans.
This is another one me and you have probably talked about a lot. If he was healthy, he'd probably be up there in like the top tackles in this class, but he's not. And I still think even though he's not healthy, he needs to be a Texans pick. Give me the Josh Simmons.
Love it.
If his knee is healthy, he's going to be a starting tackle in this league for about 10 years right now. And I believe agent extraordinaire Drew Rosenhaus has said that his knee is healthy. So I'm willing to listen to him in this case. He's a great value for the Texans here. I'm all for getting more protection when apparently Laramie Tunsil wasn't good enough a leader in that locker room for them. So, go figure.
Don't smoke weed, kids. Up for the Rams.
The LA Rams here. I'm going to do something just for the hell of it and for conversation purposes, and I'm actually really mad that I had this thought at the beginning of the week, and then some asshole famous mock drafter put it in his mock over recently and stole my thunder, so I don't care. I'm still going to do it. Give me Jackson Dart here at 26 for the Rams.
That is a complete luxury pick that I don't hate. Elsas, you are up for the Ravens.
Okay, so I was watching, I don't know, I've watched so much shit at this point. I'll just give down breast test. Somebody said that Malachi Starks is a Raven, plays like a Raven, is a fucking Raven. So we're just going to go ahead and take him in the first.
him and Kyle Hamilton together is the greatest safety duo we've seen in years. Greg, confirmed?
I confirm it.
I don't know what's going on. Greg.
Thank you, Austin.
Well, Porterfield, he said terrible advice. I don't know what it's for, but it was probably good advice. Greg, you are getting us some feedback, so whenever you come back, you can let us know. The Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Josh, you are up for the Lions. Porterfield, it's good to see you, sexy bald motherfucker.
So they need to get help for how did his name just fucking disappear from my brain?
Aiden Hutchinson.
Thank you.
What's up, Greg?
What edge rushers do I have left here?
I got you, my brother in Christ. The edge rushers you have are Michael Williams, Nick Scorton, James Pierce Jr., Landon Jackson, JT Tuimoloau, Princely Odovalan, Olafemi Oladejo, Burton Swinson.
We're good.
And I'll stop.
We're
there.
good.
Yeah.
It's Mekhi Williams, and it's not even particularly close. He puts his hand in the ground. He can win double teams, active hands, getting them in the air to swat down balls.
The bad advice, Josh, was to my comment about don't smoke weed. That's what Matt says.
I mean, this kid can play football.
Love it. The Washington Commanders are up, Austin.
Yeah, Michael probably would have been my pick here. And although he doesn't necessarily, which I don't want to compare Dan Campbell to Dan Quinn because two first names, both completely different dudes. But for this, I believe that the way Dan Quinn was able to fortify that Washington Commanders team and make them believe in him, I believe, despite some character concerns, I think that they desperately need edge help, and this guy can definitely help them in that retrospective. He would have gone a lot quicker had it not been for character concerns, giving James Pierce Jr. here for the edge position.
I love that which is a great pick. Love James Pierce Jr. Your answer to that was, I don't want to call Dan Campbell, or I don't want to call them the same person because they have the same first name. Dan Snyder, Dan Campbell. That's as factual data as we've ever seen. The Buffalo Bills are on the clock. That is a Greg. Starting to think Greg's Wi-Fi isn't. Oh no, he's moving. Hey Greg, how you doing, buddy? You want me to pick a kicker for you? What? Oh, and Greg is out. All right. Sorry, I lost all sound for some reason. Gonna re-enter real quick. Okay, Austin, let's talk about your James Pierce while he comes back. I believe in my heart of hearts that James Pierce is as good as James Pierce should be. The only other edge I have even close to him is Nick Scorton, who I believe is Purdue tape, tells the tale of who he could be, not the Texas A&M tape. But walk me through James Pierce, what you like about the kid.
Man, there's just something about him, man. It's people glide by these character concerns all the time. We've seen it happen before for numerous players that have balls. Look at Jalen Carter. Should not have fell the way that he fell. He just shouldn't have. And he proved that. Being as good as he is. I think that with this edge help from Pierce, that the Commanders can be a distinct unit, especially since they were in the market for Myles Garrett to begin with. So
I love it.
I have a question.
Yeah, it's a Can Greg hear us?
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I have a real concern.
Is this your pause, by the way?
No,
okay.
I was just wait. Greg wasn't back yet when I raised my hand.
Keep going then. That's a good
Okay.
Point. Thank you.
I worry that college football edge rushers do not put their hand in the ground enough to play it, to get like proper reps and tape and experience to play the NFL level. Pierce is one of those guys. He's standing up the entire time. He is never once hand in the ground, coming up, going one-on-one with a tackle. He is always like kicked all the way to the outside, and he's just using his speed to beat guys on the outside. And so, like, something that I've noticed a lot as a trend in college football, I don't think, like, your assessment of the player is bad. I I put higher ranking on guys where I saw them put their hand in the ground and play straight up one-on-one with a tackle.
Where do you have him compared to Shamar Stewart?
Shamar Stewart, I have like 3 tiers. I got dudes, I've got projects, and then I've got don't touch. Shamar Stewart is a don't touch.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And Pierce is a project because
I love that answer actually.
He needs to add weight. He's skinny. He's like, that's partially what makes him great. He's faster than everybody, right? He's like a track star on the outside, but like that works against Arkansas. Is that going to work against the Cowboys or the Eagles? Probably.
The Buffalo Bills are on the clock.
So looking at the depth chart when I was kind of like getting an idea of what they look like, I got to be honest, this Bills roster there's not a lot of holes on this team. There's really not. Like I was kind of like getting an understanding of what their true needs were, and they're pretty balanced. Like
they also
a
resigned
lot of
Tre'Davious
spots.
White today, just to add to your
and he wasn't even. I don't think he played for them last year either, which is something that like is impressive to say the least. There's so many spots that they can go in, honestly, but I think for me, this is just something of a vanity thing that I would love to see happen. Give me Kenneth Grant here.
Oh!
Yeah.
Damn.
Pair Kenneth Grant with Ed Oliver in the middle. And I mean, like, they just signed Joey Bosa. They still have Greg Rousseau. That's a dangerous front four that I think can really put some pressure on quarterbacks in this league. I would love to see that for them.
You were up for the Chiefs, Greg.
Chiefs, I'm also in the boat too, where they got to replace Joe Thuney. I know they're trying to kick like that, the Kingsley Sumatra guy like inside because he was not good at left tackle. But man, like they just got to add more protection after they lost Thuney. So give me Gray Zabel here.
You have Zabel over Booker?
It's close. I've been going back and forth on this, and Deke, I know I mentioned like I think a while ago where I said like I'd be surprised if more than one guard win the first round. I'm changing that stance immediately. Like I think Booker is athletic, but I also think Zabel, I think because of the fact that he played left tackle in college and will kick inside, I think he has a little bit more, not athleticism, but I think he can probably fit the role a little bit better of what they're trying to look for, of a guy that can kick inside and then still be able to move out onto a push whenever they maybe need to pull a guard perhaps, and still also pass protect, which is something that they desperately need in that sense. So I think Zabel kind of fits the interior a little bit more for this team.
Cool. I'm up for the Eagles. It came down to 2 players. If one of the guards fell or if one of the edges fell. This is the last edge with a first-round grade in my books. Give me Nick Scorton. The Texas A&M guys, the reason I asked you, Josh, about Shamar Stewart with my last 30 seconds, the Texas A&M guys did not produce. They were asked to do a ton in college. I think Shamar Stewart averaging 1.5 sacks in the SEC is a detriment to their system, hopefully. That's why I call him a looks the part guy. Nick Scorton, though, his tape at Purdue was ferocious.
Yes.
And so his tape at Purdue leads me to believe he can do it. His tape at A&M leads me to believe their system was absolute fucking dog shit.
I have him as a project just for
amazing, and I think that's exactly where he goes. Let's start the second round, guys. Austin, the Cleveland Browns, and guys, if you need to remind yourself who was selected, just let me know. Travis Hunter was your first round pick, Austin.
Yeah, and it sucks that Scorton went because that probably would have been the pick here, being with the edge class. I don't think they're a first-round grade, yes, but I guess you could technically put this as close to the first round as you're going to get, being the first pick of the second round. So let's do this. We selected a defensive/offensive player for the last pick. Nick Chubb is not, as far as I'm aware, coming back. So I'm fully on the board that, yes, they have Flacco, they have Pickett. I firmly believe they're going to land Kirk Cousins when he gets cut. So give me Omarion Hampton here for the first pick in the second round. Jerome Ford is okay. He's been good when he's been asked to do well. But Omarion Hampton can destroy some motherfuckers. And what better way to have a good attack come again from the running back, which they desperately need.
Love it. New York Giants are on the clock.
Yeah, so I'm between guard or going defense here or going to get another weapon.
You took Will Campbell if it helps, Josh.
Yeah, well, I know who I took. Don't you worry. You're welcome, New York. Actually, I should be the GM of both the New York teams because I address the problem issues like that really matter. Okay. Can I see the guards?
Absolutely, my friend. There are 2 on the board that are really still first-round grade, and then a lot of guys who everybody likes.
Yeah, I'm going to go guy I really fucking like. Miles Frazier is going to join his LSU teammate for the New York Giants. This dude leads with his fucking helmet. There's one play against Bama where it's like a late blitzer that he's not in charge of. Like, he's kind of got his guy with one hand. And he just, like, spots him and, like, pretty much, like, JBL clotheslined him while he's still holding off one guy. So, like, imagine, like, you know, he's got one guy like this and he sees the other guy. He's like, nope, not today. And, like, I just when it comes to O-linemen, the nastier the better. So,
cool. I think guard is something we all look and go, Tyler Booker's great. Donovan Jackson played left tackle after the injury is fine. Jenna 7IA was a left tackle, moved inside. Same with Myatt Millum. I like Tate Ratledge. So the point about taking Miles Frazier, a lower-ranked guy, I almost have, other than Tyler Booker, Tate Ratledge up there with those guys. So to Josh's point earlier, it is about finding what you want out of the team as the GM. So just to call out anybody watching that doesn't understand why a lower-ranked would have. Next up, Josh, you're up for the Tennessee Titans. They took Cam
so your tits need weapons, and did McMillan get taken?
McMillan did get taken. Emeka Egbuka, Luther Burden III, Trey Harris, Jalen Nolan, Jalen Royals, Jalen Higgins, Kyle Williams, Jack Beck.
Restrepo got taken?
Xavier Restrepo did not get taken. Xavier Restrepo is the 105 ranked player.
Okay, so he'll be there. Okay, give me so Matthew Golden got taken.
Yes. There's only 2 wide receivers outside of Travis Hunter that were taken.
Bond got taken. Okay.
Bond did not get taken.
Oh.
Bond had a sexual assault allegation this past week that him and his lawyer said did not count. Combine that with a terrible combine where he promised a speed he did not come close to in Matthew Golden's rise. Bond is actually, Josh, just for the sake of conversation, he is wide receiver 35 or 36. And is currently, did I pass him?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I knew he's not below these. Oh, Isaiah Bond. He is now
180
on PFF.
Okay. That's fine. Amika's, I mean, it's pretty easy.
Take it, Amika.
Yeah. I love watching receivers where it looks like everyone else is stuck in mud. That's pretty much what he does. I think he will need to be a slot guy in the NFL. But that's okay because Cam Ward's yucking the ball down there somewhere, and he's going to have to just go find it. So,
Austin, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock. They previously selected Mason Graham, which Josh said was a good pick.
Well, hopefully he thinks this pick's good too. They have a lot riding. We went defense their first time. I think this time we need to go offense. They have Brian Thomas Jr., who did fantastic in his rookie season. Gabe Davis, we really are not entirely sure what he's going to be able to do. I'm going to go with a player here, though, that a lot of people are comping to Deebo Samuel. I get it with all the gadget plays. But I think he would really fit well in this offense if given the chance. Give me Luther Burden III here. I think that there's a lot of, like, behind-the-screen throws that they can make, and he's got the speed that he can do it. Really is – you guys know from the very start, I talked very high on Luther Burden III. I gave him to the Steelers originally before we signed Metcalf. I think that this kid's going to be a stud.
Yeah, I love him in the second. That's how I'll word that one. The Raiders are on the clock. As I mentioned, this is the one that I've been preparing for the most. I just didn't prepare all of these wonderful corners to be here. The guy that I would sign up putting my stamp next to that he is, no matter what, going to be at the very least a starting cornerback in the NFL. I'll take Benjamin Morrison. With the last seconds here, I love Savon Ravel. I love Trey Amos. I love AT. Maxwell Harrison is actually my next ranked cornerback. Darian Porter is a stud. Zy Alexander. I love this cornerback class more than anything. For me, if I'm looking for the safest pick, it is Notre Dame's Benjamin Morrison, even with the hip. Now, if the hip comes out on draft night and they say it's not going to recover, I'd go Harrison here. But Benjamin Morrison, to me, is a guy that is a surefire. We have a corner. The Raiders have a goddamn corner. Moving
Derek
on here.
also ranked 20 of them, so he knows.
Yeah, I love this corner class. Do you know who I love? I'll sneak down here. I love Zaw Frazier, which Trey talked about. I love Tommy Hill. He's an outside corner that doesn't get enough talking. Miller Dotson is great out of that duo. He's just not the guy that talks. It's a great corner class. Anyways, I just wasted 20 seconds of the Patriots pick. The Patriots are up. They recently selected Abdul Carter because Josh let him slide. A ton going on here for the Patriots. They need wide receiver. I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't love any of these guys this high in the second. They need tackle. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm not really obsessed with any of these guys. I love Connolly. I think he's a fine guy. And respectfully, this sucks. So I'll go Tyler Booker, my number one guard on the table right now. I wanted to go Josh Connolly. For me, Josh Connolly is going to be a guy that doesn't win All-Pro, but is with a franchise for 4 years and makes them very happy. But right now, I just need the best of the best. Give me Tyler Booker, get in there. All right, I'm going to do a lot of talking because the Bears are up next, and then one break, and then the Bears are up again. The Bears took Armand Membu, the tackle, on the opposite side. I think it's still fine. We can move him and be very happy. A ton needed here. I don't really love the rest of the edges. I think Landon Jackson could sneak into the first round out of need. I'm not really obsessed with him. I don't love Xavier Watts this high. I think Kevin Winston Jr. is a guy that's going to be a super riser come draft time. I am a big fan of his. Linebackers, we all love Schlesinger. I've started to fall in love with some of these other guys. Obviously, Josh introduced us to Danny Strutzman, 20 seconds left. This one to me is somewhat easy, though. All the running backs I love are off the board, which sucks. I was hoping for Judkins here. Omarion Hampton falling to the second is fine, Josh. I have Judkins as one of my home run, absolute stud running backs. Let's go with his partner and get a little lightning in Chicago. I'll go TreVeyon Henderson here. TreVeyon Henderson necessarily couldn't do it without Judkins, is the quote. I don't agree with that. He is the lightning to a little bit of thunder. They have Swift still. Let's get that speed put into there. And the Saints are on the clock.
Yeah, so I said in the first round that if Will Johnson was there, I probably was going to take him with my corner pick, and I'm still looking at corner. That is a desperate area that they should address, and I see my guy right there at the top of the board. Give me Savon Ravel. I love watching this kid play. I love his tape. He's 6'3". He's fast. He's aggressive when he's going up for the ball, too. I believe his knee is healthy, and I believe they are going to get a starting cornerback from him right away in New Orleans, too, especially with their depth. Pairing him with Kool-Aid McKinstry is going to be probably my favorite cornerback duo, if that's the case that they have. So give me Savon Ravel.
I love the pick. I think the reason I don't go with him is that I just need something to hit, and if Savon somehow doesn't, I agree with you, Greg, that he'll hit. But back up here for the Bears, they just took TreVeyon Henderson. This one gets a little interesting. I do think excuse me, burp there. I'm not necessarily obsessed with what they have at a starting lineup position for the Bears on their right tackle, but let's assume he shifts over there. They got Rome and DJ Moore. I mean, Montez Sweat, Grady Jarrett, Gervin Dexter, 30 seconds. Tremaine Edmonds at the linebacker. Outside linebacker needs a little love. Cornerback, they just paid the highest paid cornerback. And so we're going to do what Greg calls his bread and butter, which is the best player available. Who do we think here really is the best player available? And for me, they might have it some version of lockdown, but if you're looking at Derek Whiten's big board, and it's not going to be Jalen Milroe, unfortunately. The next player that I'm obsessed with here is Trey Amos, the cornerback out of Ole Miss. He was an Alabama kid that transferred away. He's physical. He's a freak of nature. You pay a guy like Kyler Gordon to stick around, Pay for the next guy too. Get him in there. I just am not obsessed with this edge class currently where it stands. Jets are on the clock. You took Kelvin Banks Jr., Josh.
Yeah. So, as much as you said, like, can I see the tight end?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, give me see okay, so I'm in between guys. So I love Fannin. He's my 1-1. The way he carved up Penn State early in the year was
majestic.
It was incredible. And I think he's got all the tools to be a guy in this league. Yeah. I also love Bartholomew out of Pitt.
You do.
He's got a big frame. He always knows where the sticks are. He craves contact. I'm worried about blocking for him, but the Jets need weapons, not blockers.
He is tight end 15, player 266 on this board.
I also know a lot of people love Loveland. And he's basically a receiver. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Well.
A great pick?
Great pick. No. Good pick if you
The Chargers took him at 22. Because of the Harbaugh
weapons,
tie.
then good pick. They just need weapons. Good pick. I'll
give you 20 seconds. I know you're going through it.
DT,
wide receiver, tight end, quarterback are the next positions, quote unquote, needed by PFN.
For
the Jets.
I just took Fannin.
Greg Austin, did you hear him take Fannin?
I didn't hear him, but I'll take it. I know he talked about him. I just didn't.
Did I swear to God, I just took it.
I believe you probably said something. None of us heard it. Is how.
All right.
Carved up Pitt. He led FBS in, I believe, receptions and receiving yards. A freak of nature. Love that for you, Josh. The 49ers are on the clock, Josh.
So I think the offensive tackle class has a lot of projects on it, especially once you get past the first three guys. However, I think the offensive guard class has a couple more dudes on it, and they need to rebuild that O-line on the fly. I also know they need weapons, but is Garrett Dillinger still around?
He is, the other LSU.
Yeah, give me that mother trucker. So he's not as much fun as Frazier. He doesn't play with his helmet down and stuff, but he's the exact counter opposite to that, where he is a guy who can handle bull rushes. He's a guy who's got great vision, good feet. He can receive pressure. He was a bend, don't break kind of guy. So we're going to go ahead and add him to the 49ers.
Love it. Greg, you are up for the Cowboys, and then I'm up for the Colts.
So for the Cowboys,
and keep going.
This one kind of fits a little bit of the project mode that Josh was talking about for the offensive line. I'm gonna go Jonas Avaina here. I know he was technically a tackle when he was at Arizona, and I think his future's more as like a bigger type guard, kind of like what the Eagles did with Becton, where like he was originally drafted as a left tackle, but he was shown bigger and be able to actually produce as a guard. Savaina, I think, has the size to dominate on the interior, and if you look at the Cowboys' offensive line, it was a real sore spot for them last year. I think the left side is okay, but the right side is the area that desperately needs work, and I think if you move him over there, or at least keep Savaina on the left side and maybe move Tyler Steele to the right to maybe in an area that I think he fits a little bit better, I think that's absolutely going to do wonders for that offensive line for them.
Greg, I love the Samoan, but
who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yeah. Can't anchor and doesn't deal well with the twist, which would tell you that as like a solo tackle, it's going to be a problem.
Well, that's why I said I'm not projecting him to be a tackle, though. I want him to be on the guard on the interior because I think he's athletic enough to be able to pull and be able to actually just truck motherfuckers on that.
Who you picking?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Who you picking?
Jonas Savaina here for the Cowboys.
Oh, over Donovan Jackson.
Yeah, because I was explaining, like, I think he was a left tackle in college, but the way that he plays, though, I think he fits better on the interior because of the fact that he's not going to be able to win in one-on-ones, but I think he's big enough to be able to pull and be able to just truck people when the Cowboys are trying to run the football more.
So. Hey, I'm not there, GM.
I do not, considering that Zach Frazier tired. So, I mean, you need.
Oh, I don't hate it. You have a guy that's. Sorry, now we're breaking procedure. We have a guy that's actually a guard at Ohio State versus a guy that was actually a tackle, and they flipped positions somewhat. It's not a bad thing. I'm just curious because I'll tell you flat out right now, the Indianapolis Colts take Donovan Jackson. Thank you, Greg. Very happy. All right, Austin, you were up for the Falcons.
Yeah, man, I wasn't considering him here for another team, but shit, that's all right.
Did you say Jalen Milroe?
No, I did not. Don't do
okay.
I mean, he's available. He ran the fastest at the combine. This is a definite corner position that needs to be filled. Give me Maxwell Harrison here.
I think he's third best corner in the class, maybe, if that. Yeah. He's a freak, Austin.
Pair him up with A.J. Terrell, and this secondary is going to lock shit down.
So Josh Harrison ran, I believe it was a 4.29 at the combine, which is the fastest 40. He said that he was going to run a 4.29, and he ran a 4.29. And they asked him, they said, well, how did you know it was going to be a 4.29? Why'd you say 4.29? He goes, I trained so much that's what I run. He was like, I run a 4.29. Like, I was ready for it. I knew that's the number I wanted to hit, and as soon as I hit it, that's the only number I can hit. He's sick.
That is sick.
I love him. Good pick, Us. Arizona Cardinals are up now. I am there for them. I took Shamar Stewart. Fine with it for the Cardinals. It feels like something they do. I'm kind of with you, Josh. They have Tyreek Williams as the next DT. I do think it's a DT because, respectfully, I don't love. Actually, fuck me in the mouth. I'm going Jalen Noel. I think his route running's crazy. I have Jaden Higgins ranked a little bit higher, but he's a big body. If you match him with Marvin, I think you make it a very happy life. Give me Jalen Noel. I love his route running.
Oh, I think we got to pause.
Josh.
So there are two receivers who I believe benefited very largely. Yeah. Very largely from the guy throwing them the ball. And when Rocco Becht comes out, he needs to be on everybody's fucking radar.
So you believe the Iowa State wide receivers are because of the quarterback? Okay, I don't hate it. Enlighten me and ask your question because I'm down.
So they've got speed. There's no doubt, and they were able to catch the balls that were thrown to them. But here's the deal: they never had to battle for a single ball because they were thrown open on every fucking pass. Every pass is either on whichever shoulder they need. It's low, it's high. It is literally go watch either of their tapes and watch them receive the ball, and there's not a struggle. They're not reaching for a thing. They're not in a contested catch situation. They're not trying to catch up to a ball, run under a ball. It is this kid.
Counter question.
Sure.
He's not fucking better than Kyler Murray.
Oh yeah, he is.
All right, Greg, Austin, your question.
I love this.
College kid is not better than a number 1 overall pick who has been in the MVP conversation multiple times.
Heisman Trophy winner too, by the way.
Kyler Murray. Josh, I understand. I get what you're saying. Yes, I get that.
Really
I fully, completely am on your side that you like it. I back you up. He is not a better quarterback than Kyler Murray.
Can he not be a better passer?
There are 32 people on the planet who get to call themselves a starting professional quarterback.
He's gonna say it.
So, yeah, there are many people who have just said it once. Kyler Murray has only ever said that. He's only ever said, since he got drafted, I am a professional starting quarterback.
I'm not a Kyler hater either. So, I think I'm on the record of saying that I think with the proper OC and everything, Kyler can be a real weapon. So,
I think that Marvin Harrison Jr. did quite well for himself last year.
Here's the deal. I liked both those receivers. That was my opinion of them. Was you better have a good quarterback throwing the ball.
I think that is an amazing take. I have one of the top 32 quarterbacks on the planet throwing him the ball.
Yeah. All right.
Austin, Greg, questions?
No, I just love this. The sparks that are flying here. It's amazing.
Well, okay, let's talk about the pick. Do you disagree with the pick? Would you have gone D tackle? Tyleek is there. A couple guys that we all like. They still need a lot more pieces. I go Noel because to me, it is, if I may, it's the Addison pick to Justin Jeffrey. It is a guy that is super talented at route running and like super good at being a receiver who has no pressure to be my number one. Marvin Harrison Jr. is there. He is an amazing wide receiver. I'd argue maybe potential-wise he's top 5, top 3 maybe. What he did last year, he could be top 10 right now. Noel needs to come in and be a little bit slot, a little bit undersized. I believe he's 5'9" coming into it. Perfect pairing. And you're talking about a Kyler Murray who we've heard trade rumors about. We've heard a ton of he's going to get sent off. Get him some talent, match this defense.
No, I mean, sorry, go Austin.
No, I don't hate it because, in my opinion, he doesn't even need to be the number 2 on this team because you have the tight end position that's going to be.
Highest paid tight end in the league.
So, I mean, being a number 3 essentially, a wide receiver tight end, I think it's not bad at all. So.
No, I don't hate it either, especially because I think your receivers behind him are Michael Wilson and Zay Jones. And
we have Zay Jones, Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, Xavier Weaver, Andre. A lot of vowels in that one. Tavon Prince, Cliff Watkins, and Simi Fehoko. The only receiver on this roster who would make another NFL roster is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Exactly, and he is so different from Marvin Harrison that it plays well. That's something that I think needs to get looked at more.
Sorry, Greg. Keep going. No, don't mute yourself. Keep going. Austin.
No. I was saying that they pair each other well because they're so different.
Sorry.
Like Marvin Harrison is like the taller dude that can win in one-on-one situations, but is also a really good route runner. And Jalen Noel is a perfect route runner, like slot type receiver that can also burn dudes actually.
And Austin's point, Trey McBride is a perfect possession guy. All right, that is our 5-minute there. Dolphins, I believe that's you, Austin.
That is me. So. Man, Connerly is here, but I'm a firm believer that we believe in Patrick Paul. So I don't know if I'm wanting to go offensive tackle here. Instead, I'm going to go with a position that was recently vacated that went to the New York Giants here in Javon Holland. So I'm going to go Xavier Watts here in that safety position. I know that a lot of people aren't a big fan of him. I know. Listen, Penn State's Winston was a thought here, but I really believe, even Makuba, honestly, I know that, Watts is there. I like him. I have him above in my safety rankings. I think that he would do good things in this Miami defense.
Real quick, Josh, thoughts on Watts?
Didn't watch any tape on cornerbacks or safeties because I'm not drafting it.
You had unprotected sex. Me, Watts, in Austin's defense, is the guy who's the team leader. He is everything Cleveland Farrell was supposed to be. Very good at the position and a locker room guy. All right, the Bengals are on the clock.
How much you want to bet it's guard? I bet it's guard.
Oh, that's the Notre Dame kid. Yes. Great.
Yeah, Notre Dame kid.
What's that?
It's JT Tuimoloau out of Ohio State.
You want JT Tuimoloau?
Yeah.
All right, cool. See you later.
Oh, yeah.
I love that you're not even giving your own consideration to it. It's just whatever.
So the mock, I'll use the rest of the minute. The mock that I had sent him had James Pierce in the first, and I'll even I still have 30 seconds. Let me see if I can pull up I sent him a picture because I said what do we think of this? Trying to get him. And his exact wordings were, that's exactly how it's going to go next week. I had James Pierce, then Darius Alexander, then Dylan Fairchild, John Hancock out of Ohio State, Devin Neal, Ty Robinson. I was like, that is the best Bengals mock draft ever. So, but alas, I gave Keaton the team. Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm glad I did not pick Connerly for the Dolphins because I'm going to slide him right in here. It's no matter what, you're even taking guys on the fly here if you don't think that they're projects. You need help on that offensive line for Christ's sake. Darnold's going to get wrecked. have protection. We saw how that Rams game turned out. It was not great. So, yeah, I'll take Connerly here for offensive tackle. Hope for a guard position later.
Love it. Josh, Broncos, and you took your boy Judkins.
Yeah, so Broncos. Where's my sheet? Here we go. Hi, tight end.
Keaton said JT replaced his name as the Ohio State on the roster.
Is Bartholomew or whatever, however you say that, available? Yeah, give me him.
Gavin Bartholomew.
Yeah, so big frame, always knows where the sticks are, Cribs contact. I think I already said all that. The other guy I was considering here was Bringen Stool from Clemson. His route running is really bad.
Did you happen to see tape on Elijah Arroyo, Mason Taylor, or Terrence Ferguson?
So Arroyo, the scouting report, I did watch tape on these guys. So Arroyo can't run routes and can't block.
No.
So that's not good. Who are your other guys?
Mason Taylor would be the next one.
Yep. Receiver who plays tight end.
Yeah, I love him.
But he's a great weapon, but he's a receiver who plays
Elijah Arroyo is the most, he's everything that Kyle Pitts was, except for the one season that showed promise. Physicality wise. Okay, yeah. Just curious. CMC.
Yeah.
Back on the clock.
Oh, man. So right now I'm really leaning because I know that I'm at 52 right now. I don't pick it till 82. So it's really between edge and guard here. I know I just praised doing the offensive line, but I think I'm really debating on, because it's a deep edge class. It's not as much a deep guard class, in my opinion. Man, screw it. I'm going to go Tate Ratledge here out of Georgia.
I love Tate.
I think that kid can fucking play, and put him on the line. Connerly has a lot to learn, but I think that with the skill set here, all things can easily be achieved.
Agreed. Tampa Bay Bucks on the clock.
So they still technically have in a inside linebacker, even though he is aging rapidly. But they need a corner. Derek, just give me the best corner that you have available.
That would be AT, Azareye'h Thomas, 6'1". He is lengthy, long, and fast as shit. Will probably have a tough time transitioning perfectly. Like Darian Porter, I think, is a heavy hitter and amazing. Zy Alexander is my favorite cornerback left out of
Give me that one.
The stories. No, his story was he went to JUCO and then a local college in New Orleans, and then worked his way the entire way up from no stars to being the starting quarterback at LSU. Just an absolute dog. The only difference is AT is a much better player.
Okay. Give me whichever one you would pick.
It's AT. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Zy is like my guy that the Steelers take in the third round. Like he just fits everything I want. AT is an alien.
Right.
Perfect.
Packers.
Yeah, man, I was thinking edge, but this guy's still on the board, and he has the dynamic of something that none of any other people on his team have. Give me Jaden Higgins here. Packers.
I love
they
that.
They have a bunch of speedy guys and route runner guys. Man, Higgins is a beast.
6'4" with a 9.6 RAS. I just confirmed.
The main reason is because the only other really wide receiver, aside from Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson constantly hurt, can't get on the field enough. Higgins, big body guy, immediately gives Jordan Love more confidence in that passing game. I'm surprised he honestly didn't go sooner. I've seen him mocked a lot to the Pats earlier on in this mock, so I'm surprised he made it here.
All right, jerk. Chargers are on the board. LSS. Oh, what up, squad? LSS sounds 100 times more wise as a father. Matt Christopher says. What's up,
I
Matt?
don't think so, buddy. But thank you.
No, we're just like cool, chill, relaxed guys, man. It's not a big deal.
That's all.
Chargers.
You're on mute, bud.
Oh my God! I'm trying to unmute you. I'm so sorry. Go.
Sorry, I muted. It's funny enough because Higgins would have been my pick here too, given that.
Good. I'm glad you stole from yourself since you gave yourself Connor early.
Idiot. But there's a guy that's still here. Man, it's between two actually. Not even wide receiver in that aspect. I'm going defense here. They can help on that D tackle room, and I'm between two guys, in Tyleik Williams and T.J. Sanders. Alexander came into the fold a little bit here.
So good.
You're shaking your head here, man. What's going on?
I don't want you to take Sanders.
In Austin's defense, he just found out about him a minute ago because you said his name. So he might take him, and that's your fault. Right, Austin?
And to be fair, I'm not going to take him. I do have Tyleik Williams further on my board here, so I will be taking Tyleik Williams here. I just think that with that defensive tackle room, I think he's a good plot. Again, it was between the first round between Loveston and Grant. I just think that the D tackle room is better than the tight end room, so I'm going to go Williams here.
Respectfully, Austin, to your point, I can't stress this enough. The school matters so much for tied defensive tackles. And there just aren't a lot of defensive tackles coming out of South Carolina. Like, that's just this is such a stupid take. If two guys are tied, I go, where's he at? Because sometimes a little scrappy school wins out. But sorry.
Yep.
Bills are on the clock.
Hey, if you were taking Texas Tech or UNC, which school has
They're not equivalent is the fucking answer. Yeah, not even close. Greg's dickhead thought UNC was equivalent to Texas Tech. So it was such a bad take. My parents called me and said, stop yelling at your friend even though he's wrong.
No.
Like, it was weird that they said, even though he's wrong, stop yelling at your friend.
Did they call you? Because I thought they were there when you did it, actually.
No, they weren't. It was me, you, it was Denny, it was...
Oh, it was pitch. It was the pitch
Dre.
day. It was pitch day.
It was pitch day. What was that motherfucker's name that we snagged out of nowhere? Who was writing for the Pirates? Michael. He was the commentator on Cornhole Night. God damn it.
I don't think he was writing for the Pirates.
Oh no, he was writing about the Pirates.
Yeah.
Booker?
Brooksy.
Brooksy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What a random guy. All right, Bills are on the clock.
Again, couple spots I can go with, but
Don't know who's
honestly,
on there.
based
Those are the
on
IPAs talking.
based on
Sorry.
how the board's falling, I'm gonna go Jalen Royals here.
Okay.
The reason because I look at the receivers and that are on this team, and I don't see any receiver target that's like a go-to, like consistent type weapon for Josh. And I know like he'll probably like take advantage of like running game and he'll use the tight ends more frequently, but like I don't, because like Khalil Shakir, Joshua Palmer, and Keon Coleman, and I know how you feel about Keon Coleman, Deke, but like there's no like go-to consistent guy for him to go to, and I think Royals fits that mold of like a possession receiver that I think Josh Allen needs for this offense.
I will now use the beginning 30 seconds of my pick as the Panthers to say Greg has not shut the fuck up about Alec Manor for like 2 months. For 2 months, I've had to hear about a kid that went to Stanford and now he knows ball. You went to Stanford. You are not Christian McCaffrey. You're Bryce Love. You think I trust that you know ball and your ass. And Greg picks Jalen Royals for a team that needs this dude's tall as shit, Josh. Alec Manor. I know you didn't watch tape because they're a nerd school. Fuck, Greg.
No,
anyway,
he's not on my list.
So much shrapnel against Bryce Love, too.
Do you know who is on my list, though?
I know.
Jalen Royal. Because
Jalen
he plays
Royal.
for Mountain West.
He does kind of rip. I'll give you that. Panthers. So I took linebacker. I didn't address a single need at the beginning of this, which is totally fine because we needed to. My next best corner, Darian Porter. I think he is a helmet down, as you worded it, Josh, destroyer of worlds. I love this kid. Him across from J.C. Horn is going to be the finesse and the absolute thunder. Texans are on the clock.
Yeah, so for the Texans, surprisingly enough, I'm not gonna go another offensive lineman for this one. I'm instead gonna go for a guy that Deke, me and you love a lot. Give me Carson Schweissinger here from UCLA. Like I think they need they need a middle linebacker presence because, like, aside from Henry To'oTo'o, I don't think they necessarily have it on that roster, and I think that's a sneaky need for them that would pay dividends if they're able to get someone like that.
That's a project, though. They're gonna have to make that kid a lot bigger. He's got great ball skills, though. He's a ball hawk.
How much smaller is he than your boy Logan out of Wyoming?
Oh, that's a good question.
Anyways, Josh, you're on the clock with the Ravens, but I'm just curious because I know you love your scrappy little gym rats.
Logan Wilson was also a tackling machine too at Wyoming.
Carson Schweizinger led the nation in tackles.
Carson Schweizinger was a tackling machine too. That's part of the reason I'm leaning.
So he's. Hang on. Where I need to see how.
You got 15 seconds.
I want to see.
Left,
oh, what the fuck?
I'm kidding.
You asked me a question.
I know, but I hear a lot of keyboard buttons. I asked one question.
They're the same size. But here's all you really need to know is Logan Wilson can't stay healthy.
Oh, I was going to say when Logan Wilson was drafted versus the second round.
Oh, well.
But you're right, too. Yeah, healthy is a big thing. Josh, you're up for the Ravens, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, so Ravens
Malachi
are going edge and
do it.
Do it.
Oh yeah, that's my next. Okay, I got all confused. Okay, edge. Who's left?
Landon Jackson, Princely Umanamaloan, Olufemi Oladejo, Braden Swinson, Ashton Gelati, Josiah Stewart, Jordan Birch, Kyle Kennard, Tyler Barron, David Walker, Jack Sawyer.
So, the Ravens are really fucking good at defense. Spoiler alert. So they can afford to maybe roll the dice on a guy that has, like, I think, incredible upside here, and is a dude who is an athletic freak who lives in the backfield, but probably needs to work on some of those skill set moves as far as, like, how he's going to hand fight, swim moves, cuts, that kind of thing. We're going to go Braden Swinson out of LSU.
That's an amazing pick.
Amazing pick. He's fun to watch.
I have one guy higher than him outside of Landon Jackson. Like, I have Jackson and then this tier. Swinson is fucking cool.
So Jackson, I think, is a great hand fighter and has a great motor.
He's a beast.
He's going to need to be coached because he doesn't fit schemes well, is what I was reading.
He's just a guy that runs really fast at somebody else. Like, there's not like a lot of football happening. Do you remember there was an old video of him when he first got to college where he was smacking the bags like this, and then it turned to him hitting it, and oh my god, dude, it's the greatest video ever. I know you've seen that, Greg.
Yeah, but with Jackson too, I think the trick with him is that his size is kind of wonky. He's like 6'5", but like the way that when you see him like on the edge, he just doesn't look like he fits properly. So like I agree with Josh.
He's like a middle linebacker
who plays edge.
Yeah.
Hey, totally fine. I trust that the dude is going to be a freak. Lions on the board.
Yeah, so Lions, I'm going inside now, and Sanderson's still there, so I'm going to take TJ Sanderson.
TJ Sanders.
Or sorry, Sanders. Yes, thank you.
His son will be TJ Sanderson.
Yeah. Again, all you need to do is go watch this kid play against LSU. He was all of the LSU line got drafted this year, and he made them all look dumb at some point in that game.
Love that. Austin, Commanders.
Yeah, I did not expect this guy to be here, and honestly, I probably could have taken him with the Chargers pick. But despite the signing of Deebo Samuel, I think that they are in a need for a wide receiver, maybe with some size, maybe with some. Give me the Jack Beck.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I love it, man. I think he would have been, looking back on it, I think I should have picked him for the Chargers, but having him alongside Terry McLaurin, you got Deebo, you got Luke McCaffrey, you got other guys there, but Besh is that immediate guy run outside and be like, hey, look at me, throw me the ball. I'm a big guy.
I think it's a great pick. I was about to scream something at you if you took someone else, but you didn't. That's a great pick. Bills. Greg, the Bills are on the clock.
For the Buffalo Bills, I'm going to add some depth to their offensive line just because I think that they need to look at the guard situation just a little bit, and I'm going to add Wyatt Millum here.
Oh.
I know he was left tackle at West Virginia, but I do think he has the size that fits more on the inside. So I believe that would be a good area for them to address.
Chiefs.
And then for the Chiefs, this is also a slightly of a project, but he's a bigger type player that I think that would go a long way towards the offensive line. Give me Ariante Arce.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah. Jawan Taylor was ugly last year at right tackle, too.
Gray Zabel and Ariante, that's a good ad, man. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles, I know that I took Nick Scorton the first time. They still need a little bit of guard help, but this is tough. I like Zai and Burke, so I can wait on that because I'm the Eagles and I just drafted people. I don't hate Fairchild. 20 seconds. Oh, dude. God damn it, Rick. That would make me so mad if they got him. Shit. All right, Darius Alexander. The Eagles just get awesome. They get super fucking awesome, and they become the most awesome team ever. And they all make out, and they're awesome, and have awesome babies or whatever. Fuck, that sucks, dude. That sucks so hard to think about a rotation of Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and Darius Alexander. That sucks.
Dancing Bears.
I fucking hate Philly. The Giants are on the clock.
Do you think he can do that? Sorry. Never mind, I won't use my phone.
You're good. You don't have to use pause. Just say what you're going to say.
You love Mac school guys.
Yeah. They're sick.
And, I understand because, they stand out, right? Like, when you have a Quayshawn Mitchell or however the fuck you say his name. Yeah, he's the best guy on the field by a country mile, right? This guy's the best guy on the field by a country mile.
Yeah.
But he's
Darius Alexander was also the best rookie cornerback by a country mile.
Right.
And he went to... So, I mean, they play against plumbers. He was the best NFL rookie cornerback by 2 country miles.
Listen, there's a reason I did not do.
Listen, man, Toledo's fucking cool, okay? They got 2 KFCs now.
Their team name's the Rockets, you know?
Giants are on the clock.
Giants are on the clock. Okay.
Josh, so far, you're Campbell and Miles Frazier.
So they need D-line help.
That's a thought. That is one thought.
I told you that was my 4th concern for them. I said that at the top. I also said quarterback.
Yeah, I'm just showing you the list of quarterbacks on the screen. It's not. I didn't need to do anything with it.
I mean,
I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just showing you things.
We're in the 3rd round. Do you start to take quarterbacks here?
Austin, how close to your computer is your microphone, or what's your situation?
I am.
So I can't hear anything you're saying, which I think is the root of the problem. Well, now you're muted. Okay, now you're unmuted.
Just making sure because I hear like a.
Yeah. Well, where's your audio coming out of?
CM Punk just walked in.
I heard that, yeah. Where, Austin, you don't have to show me. You can use your words. Where is the audio you're listening to us coming from?
I think it's coming from the back end of his iPad. So it's like
No, I don't know if I can word this any different. How can you hear me?
talk again. I'm trying to find a speaker.
Now it's definitely Sam Punk.
This is not my iPad, so I am trying to.
But Austin, I guess I'm confused. So we are on the iPad, right?
So it's on the speakers on the back end side of it. So it's on this side.
Yeah. So I don't need to know where they are on the iPad. I just need to know like what device is giving you the audio.
That is just the iPad in general.
Okay. And you're talking through the iPad as well, right?
I am, yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't think they own headphones.
Guys, Josh, I'm fucking confused, man. Am I crazy? I'm fucking chill, man. I'm having a good time. Fucking chill. Am I crazy that like when I say, hey man, where can you hear the audio from? He told me what corner of the iPad. I
think we had the wrong show all these years. We should have just made Austin and Greg. Oh, there he went away.
Greg has said the least amount of words since 1992 that he has ever said since he learned to talk.
That's actually a fair point.
Touche, Greg. Thank you. I love you. Can't wait to see you next week.
Anyway, the Giants.
Come to the fucking bathroom. No, I'm not. The Giants are on the clock. Austin, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get my iPad or my headphones connected to this iPad to make it easier.
Okay.
All right. 60 seconds.
Can I see the D tackles?
Love you, Greg. Studs.
Yeah, I love Collins. Go Collins.
Great.
He's patient. Always looks for the ball. He isn't going to bully anybody, but, so be it.
Love Collins. Chiefs are on the clock. You have picked Gray Zabel and Ariante Osterray.
Yeah, I think I'm good with the offensive line additions so far.
Agreed.
I'm not crazy about – I'm not sure about defensive linemen here, but actually, you know what? Just for the hell of it, because I think this would be a lot of fun. I don't know if he would fit on this team, but I think he would be a fun project and would put it on a winning culture for them. D, give me your boy Olu Odeheho for the Chiefs.
Olufemi Odelejo, Josh.
Olufemi Odelejo, yes.
Olufemi Oladejo was a middle linebacker for UCLA. Josh is leaving the show. Can you hear us?
It's muted.
So Josh is muted too. Greg, this is...
I don't know if he fits a 4-3 necessarily, but
sports. Okay, touche. I was talking about the guests we have. Austin.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good.
Can you turn us down a little bit so we're not full blast? Let's see if that's what it is. Okay. All right,
is that better?
It is better. It's much better. Now, honestly, Austin, now I can hear Greg's echo again, which means the yours went down. Don't do anything, Austin. I'm saying you're doing good. You're okay.
Okay.
You're fine. Anyways. It's a good pick, Greg. I lost the plot. Josh is gone.
Yeah, what? I don't know what happened. I said Olu, and then.
So this is my favorite guy in the draft, Austin. Olufemi Oladejo.
Okay.
Greg loves him too.
To be fair,
yeah, I don't know if he fits a 4-3 necessarily, but
it is gone. Good job, Austin. No, I'm with you, Greg. Will he work? I don't know, but they'll make it work.
Yeah, I just think that he's a project enough that, like, whether they want to bulk him up or even perhaps if they want to put him at a 4-3 linebacker on the edge, maybe, like, kind of rotate him around and blitz it perhaps. But I just think that that's a unique chess piece that they would deploy in the situation. Also, I really consider defensive tackle here because eventually they got to figure out someone to eventually be the Chris Jones heir apparent, but...
I thought you were going to go, my guy. I was very concerned. Austin, you were up for the Browns, my friend. The Browns previously selected to help you Travis Hunter and Omar Hampton. Sorry.
Really crazy that this guy hasn't gone yet, and because I've seen him mocked a lot, actually. in the late first round, at least in the second round. Give me Landon Jackson here. I'm really surprised he is not gone. And they need edge help. And the thing is, Jackson doesn't have to do much. He just has to be a body to get in to give Myles Garrett the win. I mean, that's insane to have him in there with Myles Garrett. I'm genuinely surprised he was not taken in the second round.
Are you concerned about a kid from Arkansas going to the cesspool of America and then becoming a piece of shit human because of it?
I'm concerned for anyone going to this cesspool shit known as the Cleveland Browns.
Who else went from Arkansas to Cleveland? Oh, okay. Rex Burkhead.
I think he's just talking in general, going to the Cleveland Browns, which is valid. Johnny Manziel. Hey.
I'll be completely honest. Flabbergasted, hoodwinked, bamboozled, confused, curious, and couldn't believe my fucking eyes that he passed on Jalen Milroe. I will gladly, as the Raiders, accept Jalen Milroe as the backup for a 2-year Geno Smith contract and walk into the sunset going, wow, my cousin loves me so much. He let me get Jalen Milroe. Hunter, what the fuck is up? Hunter's one of my best friends down in Nashville. He said, where'd Toten go? Did I miss Toten? Hunter, just so you guys know, once a week walks up to my desk and goes, all a dukin'. And just walks away. He fucks. Hunter, Greg's in town next week. You better be out. I love you. All right. Yeah, Jalen Milroe. All right. Stop. Reset. Go. Patriots. So far, we've gotten Abdul Carter and Tyler Booker. I feel great about that. You guys keep letting me have a ton of shit. Oh, my God. There's still like tackles here, too. Josh's number 3 ranked tackle, Cameron Williams, is still on the board. That all being said, and that's not a bad way. I just think he's a right tackle, Josh, but I love Cameron Williams. I'm with you on that.
He's a bend, don't break, pass pro guy.
Yeah. Yep. I think he fits the Armin Membo without the combine numbers. Yep. The Patriots do need wide receiver help here. And as much as I love Kyle Williams, I think he's a streaker. Trey Harris is my bust of this year, Josh. Just fun fact for you and Greg. Trey Harris is that bust.
Have you staked that claim? I was curious about that.
I am going to go with my guy who I believe is the best zone read wide receiver in this draft. He ran a terrible 40. I don't give a flying fuck. He's my guy. Xavier Restrepo is a New England Patriot.
He feels like a Patriot. He does.
He's a white guy who can catch. He's a Patriot.
Whoa.
Might I? Josh has stopped recording. Something went wrong and they're not being recorded anymore. Everyone else is still being recorded. Ask Josh to refresh, then rejoin from a regular browser, not incognito. Josh, are you embarrassed to be on the show?
I feel like he is. I think he is.
These AirPods died, and I had to switch to the big ones.
Josh, are you currently on incognito mode so Anastasia doesn't know you're doing the podcast? Josh's recording will continue on a new track. Wow, you fucked up whatever you did.
Yay.
All right, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock.
Give me who's available at the corner position, bud.
I got you, my brother in Christ. Here is the list. Denzel Burke of Ohio State, Dorian Strong, Virginia Tech, Zy Alexander, LSU, Kobe Bryant, Kansas, John Hancock, Ohio State, Jacob Parrish, Kansas State, Quincy Riley.
Man.
Josh, you'll be floored at who my top corner is next after Zy Alexander on this list. This is where it gets fun.
So, I think I'm just going to have to... It's between Alexander and Strong, and I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the better of two evils here. I'm going to go with Strong here out of Virginia Tech. Just seems like the type of player they're looking for in that secondary. It's very nitpicky with me with various things. I mean, you guys give me your opinions on it, but I think a lot of people might say Alexander over Strong, but I mean, give me what you guys think. I mean, I think that Strong was the better of the two.
I don't know. I mean, I personally like Zy Alexander a little bit more. I think he's a bit more athletic. I think he's a bit more. I think he has the size. I think he can match up a little better in press coverage as well, because I think especially for corners, speed is probably the most important facet, because you need to be able to keep up with receivers in the NFL. I honestly I haven't watched much of Strong to be able to like give a good opinion about it, and I already know. And Josh said he hasn't watched a lot of corner and safety help, so I don't know if he's going to be able to add much. But it's tough. I can't really make a strong opinion about it, but I just think that I personally like Zai more because I've actually watched him a bit.
So I see what you did there. Strong opinion, Dorian Strong. I get you.
Thank you.
So
thank you, Ross. I appreciate it.
Josh, you have any opinions? I know that you say you didn't watch much tape of him. Like, I just personally think of where he's standing. I think he might be the better guy, but I know that Alexander does have a lot of talent. So
is Zai Alexander the idiot that cost LSU the end of that game against Texas Tech, where he made the machine gun thing at the guy?
I don't know.
Actually, a good question. I don't know that.
Because to me, then I'm taking Strong. Like,
I googled LSU machine gun celebration and John Moran highlights came up.
Well, I hate to see that.
So maybe it's
that was Kyron Lacey, the wide receiver who just took his own life last week.
Why am I not surprised it was Kyron Lacey? Unbelievable.
So he just committed suicide, Greg. So don't celebrate too hard, please.
I wasn't celebrating. I was why am I not surprised?
What?
This is why I'm on incognito mode.
Can somebody tell me that I'm not crazy for trying to be sensitive about that, and then Greg doubled down?
Yeah, 100%.
Austin, you were a teacher at one point.
That's very true. I'm not sure why that education background comes in, but I did. I do see the need, and I will use my if we're going in education routes, I will use my teacher mandated break to restroom at this very moment.
Teacher mandated break.
Most of Austin's moments and thoughts from the bench have been bumbles. That was a touchdown, and that was
the
awesome.
Funniest thing I've ever heard.
That was great.
I'm not sure what the education has to do with it, but
All-time Austin moment.
Wow.
Forget Wendy's, forget Tom Collins.
I mean,
that's
respectfully, in Austin's point, I mean, touche. I don't know why my brain went there. It was not part of the joke. I just said you're a teacher. You know about mental health. Wow, I'm fucked up.
I don't think those are one and the same. But
so anyways, the Saints are on the clock. They've taken Shedeur Sanders and Savon Ravel.
Give me a guy that Deke you've actually like really pushed me on, and I've gotten a lot higher on. Give me Andrew Makuba here.
Oh yeah.
He's solid. Like doesn't make mistakes. He was really smart for that Texas secondary, being able to just be that steady presence for them. And especially like if they look at their secondary pieces, I don't mind Justin Reed. I love the Honey Badger, but they're getting up there, and I think they need to add some youth there.
Yeah, I am up for the Bears. This one's easy-ish for me. There's so many. There's a lot of good, but none of these linebackers, in my opinion, really are solidified. So Barrett Carter, Chris Paul, Demetri Knight. I love Smaldon. I love Munden. I like Danny Stutzman. Thank you, Josh. Buchanan's there. I'm a huge fan of Kaiser. I'm a huge fan of Bassa. That leads me to believe that I should take the next corner. Ryan Ramczyk is retiring from football. Kevin Winston Jr. is a Bear. Jets are on the clock.
Yeah, Kevin Winston Jr. is the fucking truth. I'll tell you that, bro.
It's a year off football. He's still probably the best safety in the class.
Still fucking tight. Okay.
Did you hear me, Greg? Ryan Ramczyk retired.
Sorry, what was that?
In the middle of that whole thing, I said Ryan Ramczyk retired. I just got the tweet.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah. Anyways,
Jets. Jets need weapons. I already took a tight end for them in Fannin, who we love. We also already helped improve that offensive line. We could go back to line here because I think Cameron Williams is still hanging out, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, go. You know what? I think that's. What do we think collectively?
So, right now, you have Kelvin Banks, Harold Fannin. DT, wide receiver, cornerback are the needs on the site.
I'm saying O-line or receiver. What would you do, do you think? Receiver.
I'd say receiver, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So then, I know this guy's not on anyone's fucking board, but I'm going Troy Horton here out of Colorado State.
I wouldn't say he's not on anybody's board. I like the kid.
He's a solid day 3 option, actually.
Damn, great torch your ass.
That's not a torch. I'm just saying, like,
no, he's
on
a solid day
boards.
3.
Burn it to the ground.
Keaton said, "Yikes!" I don't know if that was about this pick, but I'm just reading it now.
That dude was a 4-year starter at Colorado State. And was a dude. He's a dog. He's a dog. And he's really good at what I would call like a middle route, where he's not stretching the field, but he's like on the other side of the first down marker. And he's a dog. Like, he can come across the middle, catch a ball, take a lick, and get back up. I really like him. He's Hines Ward-esque if I was going to give a comp.
I don't disagree. I saw your ranking on him. I know how you feel about the kid.
Yeah.
It was to Greg's comment about. Keaton said, "Well, you got to finish that comment." Keaton, I don't know.
I think it was probably about the thing that we should just move on from.
Yeah. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do what, Greg?
Huh?
I said, let's do what, Greg?
Let's move on. Is what I was saying.
Ah, cool.
All right,
Can't wait to
Panthers.
see you. I love you. Panthers are on the clock. I have 20 seconds left. This one's easy. Jared Wilson, center. I think he's the best center in the class, guys. The other one I want to bring to attention. I don't. They're fine. Jake Majors is a guy that I love out of Texas. But Wilson
because he's
right
just
now.
solid, or is there?
Oh yeah, he's just a fucking rock, dude.
Okay.
He's just a big Texas rock.
Can I give you one? Go watch him play against Mason Graham.
I mean, Mason Graham is. Josh, I can't. I know it's been a while since you've seen the show. Greg. It just has. It's okay. Love you. Greg, who's my guy?
Mason Graham.
Who is the one guy I forced into the blue chip conversation when no one else did?
Mason Graham.
Who have I said has been a starter there since the second he walked on Michigan and been a problem?
Mason Graham.
Who's the guy that Josh is now claiming to tell me to go watch?
Mason Graham.
It's fucking
So then
he's a bad center because he went up against the greatest DT prospect we've seen since Abe Lincoln.
You think Abe played DT? He's a little long for a DT.
Back then he was a DT. He weighed more than anyone else.
Speaking
Austin,
of
you're a
Josh,
teacher.
though,
What do you think?
I don't know. We go with these Abe Lincoln things. He's a good center when he's fighting off a grizzly bear. Grizzly bear, D tackle, Woods. I mean,
There's something there. All right. Jump off this booth. The 49ers are on the clock.
Jesus.
Hey, at least you know it's you. You took Jahad Campbell and Garrett Dellinger.
So they need a number one corner. Is there one? Is there one I can have?
Denzel Burke, a lot of people saw flashes of him being a number one, but there were ups and downs. Zai is just like a surefire safer. I'd say Burke has a better shot at being a number one, whereas Zai's a guy you could have for a couple years. I like Parrish, but he's undersized. My next favorite corner in the class is Quincy Riley. He went to MTSU, transferred to Louisville, had ankle injuries this year. I think he has huge upside as well. And then Tommy Hill's another guy I love. He just plays the outside. He is just consistent as it comes. He is going to be your number two, and you're going to be happy about it.
All right, pick the guy that's ready to play right now.
Did I say that for any of them? I guess
no.
I would say Denzel Burke, because Denzel Burke on his worst day is going to be an okay corner for you. Denzel Burke on his best day is going to be the best corner out of these guys.
And he's from Ohio State, so we'll take him.
I don't know. Greg Austin, do either of you disagree with that? I fucking love this corner class for no reason.
No, yeah, it's a great corner class. There's so many guys.
No, I mean, like, your boy Tommy Hill's going to go in, like, the 4th round, and that's like a number 2 corner in this class. So, like,
that's what I'm saying. He's never going to be the guy, but, dude, is he going to be – you're going to be so happy with him. Cool. The Cowboys.
I can't believe that he fell already for me in the 3rd round, but give me Caleb Johnson.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a great pick.
I mean, you gotta go there.
I mean, like
the last of that tier running back right now.
Yeah, like I think he will fit them perfectly. I don't know how good the offensive line is going to improve, perhaps, but like getting like an actual number 1 back that can carry the load for them is big. Although I'm curious to see how Javonte Williams does for this team this year. I think he's got something.
He's ass. Here's what I'll say. So I don't know if either of you have a hard stop. I plan on forcing Greg to finish this.
I'm good to go.
Josh?
So.
I don't care.
I believe your camera froze.
Oh.
All I see is you look. Oh, there you go. Okay, you're back. Okay, cool. You guys tell me when you're done. Is how.
Okay.
Because like we're in the middle of the 3rd. I think if we power through, we do not have to do it all. I'm good to go another hour if you guys are.
Yeah,
I am solid to continue this. So.
Beautiful. Starting the clock for me on the Patriots. Right now.
Carter Booker Restrepo.
It's not bad. I'm not still like in love. I guess. I do like him. Yeah, I'll go Marcus Mebbo. I think everyone's going to be super upset that he's not something, but his tackle is fine. Cardinals. Yeah, this is easy. Omar Norman Lott. Absolutely obsessed with him out of Tennessee. Just a big, hefty boy who runs well. Texans are on the
Yeah, you
clock.
got him on your board, right, dude?
Dude, I love Omar Norman Lott. Greg and I were talking about him. I like him for the Steelers, but I think if they stick around, they'll pick somebody a little bit bigger. He is a really good 3 in that set. Also just a good DT. Very violent hands. Was one of our, like, guys. So James Pierce was supposed to go, like, 101. Everyone was like, oh, and Omar Norman Lott's going 1st round as well. Like, he's really fucking good for Tennessee.
I've been seeing a lot of, like, high upside for the other defensive tackle or two. I think Vernon, it's like Vernon something, Birch or...
From Tennessee?
Vernon Lawton from
Texas. Texas, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Been seeing him a lot of highs in, like, the high 3rd, so...
Yeah.
Lott or Norman Lott, however you want to say that last name. Also felt like he was offsides on every fucking play because he was so fast off the ball.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
There's a little bit of Clyde Kansas speed, Greg. I don't want to say it out loud, but he's fast as fuck, dude. Texans, guys, which is Greg. You're on the clock, buddy.
Yeah. So I think. Based on the board's fall, actually, a guy I really like who's available. Give me Ozzie Tropolo, the tackle from Boston
right
College.
Tackle. Yep.
The Wizard of Oz, as some people are calling him. I think he's athletic.
Cool.
He's athletic enough that can possibly play right. That can play right or left in a pinch. He's a good swing guy, but I also think he's a good developmental piece for if you eventually want to get an actual starter at left or right tackle on that team.
A buddy of mine from my Dynasty League just messaged and said, if you're going past 2 hours, I'm going to bed. But you guys know way too much about 4th round offensive tackles.
I mean,
yeah.
My son hasn't had a clean diaper in months because of it.
That's funny as hell. He's the man. Okay, no, I don't get it. I think that's a good pick. You're getting that offensive line built. Colts. I'm up, and then I'm going to call Keaton again. Tyler Warren, Donovan Jackson. I think I'm going to do it. I think I said his name already. Give me Jake Majors, center out of Texas. For the Colts there. They need it. All right. Somebody count to 60.
Yeah, I was going to say, how long is this going to be?
Well, I know he's like watching just so he can be ready for it. Hey, what's up? So we have Walter Nolan and JC Tamalia. We are up now. What positions do you want to hear?
Show me offensive guards.
Guards, Dylan Fairchild out of Georgia, Jackson Slater, Sacramento State, Luke Kundra out of Cincinnati, Clay Webb, Jacksonville State, small school guy, I kind of like him, Marcus State, there.
I'll take Dylan Fairchild.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Good pick. All right, kiss, kiss. Seattle Seahawks are on the clock.
Yeah. Look, I saw. Granted, this might be a hella reach, but I saw a rumor on X probably like a week or so ago that Kenneth Walker might be a trade candidate. And call me crazy, but I'm going Cam Scatterbo here for the Seattle Seahawks. I think it's crazy, but
I feel like Josh has serious takes on this one. Please
use a pause, you coward.
I'll use a pause.
I could have seen like Damian Martinez, Dylan Sampson here, but I just firmly believe that if Walker is truly a trade candidate, the power runner component is there for Scatterbo. So please, I mean, if you got a comment, please say it.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. There's a handful of guys that I watched in college that I prayed would turn into NFL, like, legit studs. He's in there. He's in that, like, handful of dudes. Well, I'm just like, please be good. Please be good. Please be good. But I know he's not going to be. But it doesn't matter.
It's going to be tough. And
it's going to be really hard.
It's also firmly believed that the Steelers pick after here, and listen, as much as they've been linked to Scatterbo in recent mock drafts, like I just felt like, hey, I'm going to be a dick and take them ahead of them, so they have to squirm and pick. So,
since we're on pause before Greg makes this pick, What? You're not being calm and relaxed.
Saying while we're on pause, but before Greg makes his pick, we're on a 5-minute pause, but we all agreed we would get each a question.
Oh.
And you've just been like talking to Austin.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, get it out. I'm happy you're back. It's been a while since you watched the show. I get it. But it's just like, it's like if you paid attention for a second, we all agreed to this. Greg hasn't spoken once. He co-hosts this thing. I think he said, he goes, I want to pick. And like we're just all like, that's what we fucking hear. I mean, my lord, dude, speak up. You put a hat on, now you can't talk? It's crazy. He puts a hat on to impress Josh.
Messing with my brain.
Without a hat.
All right, so Josh, do you have a question to ask Austin?
No, it's okay. Everybody else can talk about Cam Scatterbo.
This is the shit I've missed.
What is fuck? This is shit I missed too. You dumbass.
Oh, this fucker just like
John Hardy's shadow looking at him. Austin, I have my question.
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
What do you got?
So, Cam Scatterbo to the Seattle Seahawks. You also took Golden. My question is, you've only taken offensive things. Correct. I don't know what corrected me, and I'm sorry. Really, I get it. The defense has been okay, but my concern with Scatterbo is in a deep class, to Josh's point, everyone hopes he does well. He's a do-it-all, but it's not there. There's a couple other guys here who are more three-down back type guys. Does it concern you at all that you haven't picked a single defender?
It does, I think, from retrospective, honestly. I mean, there's looks at edge. I think a lot of edge rushers have been taken. A lot of safety people have been taken. So that does come into play, but I do think that they've ravaged in this offseason has been sort of the offensive side of the ball. So, I mean, that goes in place of tackle, guard. We established that, and obviously with the DK Metcalf trade. This is personally just of what I have seen being that, I mean, because what do they have after Kenneth Walker, right? I mean, they have, because what's his name is now in Arizona playing running back, right? Oh, crap, I can't change his name.
James Conner?
No. That played on Seattle. His name starts with a D. His name. He was like a three-down back kind of guy. Like, played in one game for Arizona, didn't show anything. I can't think of it. I gotta look.
All right, Greg's question. We gotta move on.
That's fine.
Team Archeo.
You got a question for me, bud?
I don't. I was willing to pass my question on so Josh could do another Cam Scatabo talk. Honestly.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah, take Greg's question if you could.
Yeah. So, Cam Scatabo, are you worried that he can't play all 4 quarters?
I think even if the Walker rumors aren't true, that if Walker plays most of the time and Scatterbo comes in, even on
he just scatters.
Say offensive line plays. Also, by the way, the player was DJ Dallas. By the way, that I was thinking of.
Can't be the guy.
But I think that if he has goal line opportunities, he'll definitely get in there.
Didn't you say it was the starter?
I just think he can learn a lot from Walker. So.
I don't think he can learn anything. I think that dude's exactly
that last note. No, that last note got me. That last note got me. He's right. He can learn.
He can learn shit.
The Steelers are on the clock. I'm sorry.
He went to school to play football, not to play students.
I got to stop catering to Josh because he's the only one that has an obligation to get off. My girlfriend is at home tonight. Austin's one of her
mine just said goodnight.
So yes, I was
using her iPad, so.
Greg has a dog there. He keeps petting, I believe, and it's just Josh is the one that's going to stop the show, so I got to stop catering to him. Steelers on the clock.
Give me DJ Giddens.
Way too fast.
It was easy. If I'm looking at the running back class in general, based on how it's falling in the 3rd round, DJ Giddens is a 6'1" back that I think has the vision and also the speed to be able to burst out. I think he's going to be a perfect fit for that running back tandem with him and Jaylen Warren.
We talked about that because you had Martinez early. Or no, you had Giddens, I had Martinez. Something about the two of them and how we'd pick it up. But Giddens agreed since you brought him up.
I really like Damien Martinez for the record. I really do.
Oh, for sure. He's amazing. But Giddens is better.
Yeah, but based on where we're at, I think Giddens is a 3rd rounder, Martinez is a 4th, 5th round type guy.
Agreed. Tampa Bay Bucks are on the clock so far. Donovan Ezraku and AT, the cornerback out of Florida State. Good pick, Josh.
Say I have them addressing linebacker here. Is Danny Stutzman still available?
Oh, he's definitely still available.
Fuck yeah! All right.
Oh,
Danny
yeah.
Stutzman's a buck.
Good guy.
He's already used to red and cream anyway. He's ready to go.
I love it.
He's good to go.
I believe that puts you back up, Josh, with the Broncos, who've taken Judkins and Gavin Bartholomew. Gotta be everything else.
Well, let's see. I feel like we're out, or I'm out on all the other D tackles left.
All of them?
Yeah, I didn't see. I think Kenneth Grant tape is good, but I wonder how much of that is just because Mason Graham was taking up the double team and everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he went before.
He's got the size.
I love Kenneth Grant.
Deion Walker's kind of fun. Or Deone Walker. He's got the NFL size, but he's really slow, and he also has terrible technique. It looks like the waving inflatable arm tube man.
Greg, back me up here. I hated him from the start. He doesn't have a motor. He can't last 3 plays. He gives up when he knows it's not coming. Has talent galore. No motor, no enthusiasm from what I saw. I hope guys like that do transition well. I feel like guys like that get to the pros and actually understand that they need to do more. I hope it happens to him. That's why I didn't like him from the start.
Yeah, no. What's the old saying that Mike Tomlin says? He'd rather slow down a fast horse than tell a horse to giddy up.
Yep. Yeah. I'd rather pull my dogs back than have to push them forward.
Did Jalen Royal get taken?
Yes.
Yeah, we made fun of Greg for that.
All right. So then I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Isaiah Nayor from Nebraska. He's a big body guy with wheels. And is a dude who loves being challenged in coverage. He's a guy who I think can be.
You did have him super high on your thing. He's a 9.9 Raz.
And what, 279 overall? Is that what it is?
It's low because so Austin, he blew his Achilles at Texas.
Oh, he's Wyoming kid. Get out of here, Josh. That's awesome.
Wow.
He's a fucking Wyoming kid.
So he blew out his knee.
He blew out his knee, and then
they brought in 878 yards, 12 touchdowns on just 44 catches that year.
Damn.
And then he transferred to Texas.
Blew out his knee, and then the next year couldn't get cleared to play. He played in like 2 games or something, and then transferred to Nebraska.
With a 4.4 speed.
Damn.
Josh with the best thing that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's gone.
He's a weapon.
I love that shit.
All right, I got 3 picks.
I had a heart attack and I just picked him for someone else, and which I would have felt bad. But no, that went to the Broncos. I was like, damn. Sleeper. Yeah, Austin, this is your half hour. Have fun.
Yeah.
That also means they have 2 former Wyoming players.
Wow.
Yes. Let's stay in the let's stay in the receiver selection, Deke. Correct me if I'm wrong. Show me who I got for the Chargers. I'm pretty sure I took Colson Loveland and Tyler Williams.
Yeah.
So let me go here. Wide receiver. Let me go Alec Anamar. I'm surprised that he's not gone yet.
I still
he's
do.
That big body guy. A lot of people were talking because they didn't want another slot guy selected here because where's Ladd McConkey going to go? Is he going to go on the outside? He can win from the outside, but it's not like he's not going to play there. He's primarily in the slot. I told y'all for how long that Ladd McConkey was going to be good coming out of the draft. So, I mean, keep him in that slot role.
Greg said no because he's white. I thought he was going to at least
okay.
But, he's got the size to develop, and I'm pretty sure that he can do maybe better than what's his name, even at an NFL level. Yes. Yeah. Up for the Packers.
For the record, I'm giving him shit, but Greg introduced this guy to me. He's sick. Greg showed me every bit of tape I've ever watched about this guy. As much as I've given him
shit. True, I did.
Packers, I'm pretty sure I took Jahdae Barron and let me get the other name, Jaden Higgins. Yep. So really surprised this guy's still available. They need an edge role position to fill, so give me the edge. I'm pretty sure he's available. Yeah, Princely Amulanalian. I'm pretty sure is how you say it.
It's a good try. Yeah, I think they're upset about the Lucas Van Ness not netting out.
Yeah.
So I like this pick a lot, also.
Well, it's because everyone always picks them to go Scorton within the first round. And I'm like, I think that's just too much of a reach, especially when they've taken so many edge players in the first round and they just haven't panned out. So dial back a bit. I think that Princely has a talent to make it count, especially with a value in the 3rd round. Now, for the Jags here, we went D tackle, wide receiver, and corner. We are also, I think, let me just make sure here for my list. Okay, so, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm between 2, man, and it's going tackle or going tight end. And I think for this you gotta go Mason Taylor just off value.
Dude,
for being the 3rd round guy, I've seen him drafted as high as the high 2nd round. I think that LSU, he's got the high skill set to be is equal as a vertical threat and blocker and to help Trevor Lawrence out. So Josh is shaking his head no, but
not a blocker.
Josh hates his blocking, but Josh also is pro Brendan Strange. So keep both of those.
I like Brendan Strange, to be fair. Like I said, I like the kid for blocking. So
I love Brendan Strange. I don't disagree that Mason Taylor is a great pick. Texans
got Greg up for the Texans, yeah.
This one, I was looking at their depth chart trying to figure out an area that I think they could address, and surprisingly enough, I think tight end is an area they probably should look into. Yeah, because Dalton Schultz is their number 1. I mean, he's okay, but they might need to look for the future, and behind him it's Brevin Jordan, and I don't think that's an area they want to look at, so... All right, fine. You pointed it out.
No, don't do it because he's doing it.
No, I was looking tight end anyway, so I might as well. Give me Elijah Arroyo here.
Yeah! Josh hates him, but yeah. freak of nature. He can run no route. He's just better.
But in fairness, they need like some pass catching help, especially looking at their depth.
He can be secondary. He can be a freak of nature. He runs a streak, and then he turns right, or a streak and then he turns left. Those are the 3 routes, Greg. You pick one. He's gonna catch the ball. He's a freak of nature.
No, I'm with you, and I like looking at their pass catching options too. Like Tank Dell's gonna be hurt coming into the year.
Yeah.
So after that, it's like it's Nico, and then I think and they don't have Stephon Diggs anymore, so like their receiving options are kind of dwindling on that. All right, I'm back up for the Rams.
You took Dart, right? First pick?
Yeah, the Dart
pick.
I mean, that was the big surprise.
Yeah. God, where do I want to address? Actually, I just realized this. Yeah, can I see the safety real quick?
Josh's own Billy Bowman still there.
The kid just gets me going. Him and Stutzman just.
You know what? I'll throw you a bone. I'll throw you a bone, Josh, because I think they really need to address the secondary for this team coming into this year. So give me Billy Bowman. Why not?
Is King still there? You should take King.
King is not there, I believe.
The linebacker?
Yeah, but he didn't.
So they have Kobe King as 218 linebacker.
That's interesting.
I was actually surprised, and this doesn't have to be a talk thing real quick, but I'm surprised that this wasn't a Jacob. I wasn't surprised that this was a Jacob Parrish pick, honestly.
He's so itsy bitsy. Itsy bitsy little spider.
No, listen, like secondary is something that I think they desperately need to address, but I'm looking more for just stable bodies for them, honestly.
That's fine.
The Ravens are on the clock. Malachi Starks and Brandon Swinson. They're having a very Ravens-esque fuck you draft.
That is such a Ravens class.
Pisses me off so fucking much. Because you know they're going to hit. You know Swinson's going to...
Sorry, I'm like, in my brain, Kobe King's a fucking safety, not a linebacker. So...
3 safety set.
Dude, you've been staring at your screen an inch from the monitor for like 10 minutes.
He had like 6 picks this year. How was he a linebacker? I don't understand. Anyway.
DJ Watt had some picks.
Okay. Offensive line.
That's probably the right way you want to go.
Oh, boy.
Is Wyatt Milam still available?
He is gone.
No, yeah, he got taken. I do believe Cameron Williams is available, Josh. I know you had him high.
No, I took Cameron Williams.
Nope.
Earlier.
Nope, he's still there.
What?
Mike.
We talked about him, though, yeah?
We did. I said, hey, your guy Cameron Williams is still here. I like him too, but he's a right tackle. And so the Patriots, I took Marcus Membeau. Because he's a left tackle. That was the conversation. He's still there.
Yeah. Go Cameron Williams. He's a
tackle.
He's a bend don't break dude. He's a dude who's like gonna give Lamar some time in the pocket. Like, yeah, that's a good dude.
He's a good dude. Seattle Seahawks, Matthew Golden, Josh Connolly Jr., Tate Ratledge, Cam Scatterbow.
Yeah, show me that edge class, fella. We gotta get some defensive help now.
Ashton Jelani, Josiah Jordan Birch, Kyle Kennard, Tyler Barron.
Ooh, I'm gonna do it. I've seen him mock to the Seahawks in a numerous amount of ways. Give me Stewart.
Yeah. It's a good pick. Saints are on the clock. You've taken Shador, Ravel, Makuba.
I do like this
wide receiver creep in.
Yeah, and honestly, since he's there and he's fallen this far, I might as well take the guy that Deke hates in this class, but he's a physical freak, and I think he'll fit. Give me Trey Harris.
Yeah, I love putting my little 2 cents
in the third.
That's a great value.
That's Jonathan Mingo value in my mind. That is amazing. Trey Harris mocked in the first early on. I was like, he's a bust.
I was considering fucking around and taking Tez Johnson here, but I feel like that would have...
Tez Johnson is off my board. So if I can give Trey Harris something to be happy about, he is on my board. Tez Johnson is not a person I would draft for an NFL team ever. I love his story. I want to be wrong so bad. Josh, this dude's like 5'6", 137. Like, it's not.
Who are we talking about?
Tez Johnson out of Oregon.
Pencil.
Brother.
The edge
He's
kid.
like the lightest receiver.
No, he's a wide receiver. He was Bo Nix's brother.
Okay.
Browns are on the
Oh
board.
yeah, that guy.
Yeah, dude. He's like 5'7". Like, I'm not being ridiculous when I hit these metrics. 150. I think it was 155 at the combine.
Yeah.
And he dropped everything. I was like, oh, dude, he's so good at Oregon.
That's like how much I used to weigh, like, at the end of college. Good Lord. Let's go to the quarterback class. I know that I said I was going to hold out on QB.
Good class
that they signed Kirk Cousins, but
I think you're having a really good fucking draft here, dude.
Yeah, Tyler Shaw is there. I mean, it's
Tyler Shaw.
Shuck. It's no brainer. Despite that one clip of him throwing that wonky ass pass, I mean, you got to go him all day in this scenario.
Are you?
Talk about it if you want.
Saving the pause. Nope.
Okay. All right.
Save it.
This is a private text conversation for later, so I get that.
Deal. Chiefs are on the clock.
Okay. I know I've addressed offensive line already. I got some defensive line help. Let me see the corner situation.
Yes, sir. Top corners right now: Zy Alexander.
Give me Zy Alexander.
Oh, yeah, he's still
there.
My God.
Yeah. Quincy Riley's still there. Parrish. Yeah, there's still corner classes.
That is great.
I
great value
fucking
for
love Quincy Riley. Josh, I can't stress to you enough that Quincy Riley is going to be sick if he comes back healthy. Sick.
That's such a great caveat, though. If he's healthy. Yeah.
If the asterisk.
You can say that about a lot of guys, in fairness.
That's true.
Very true.
Stop. Reset.
Bo Bennett
Start.
is going to be so good if he comes back
Oh,
Dude,
shame on you.
Give him another run. Eagles have taken Scorin, Darius Alexander, corner or guard. I actually do like Slater. I think he's following the small school stuff. I don't think he's great, but I think he could be McCormick. He's just a fucking beast. That being said, I don't love. Yeah, fuck me in the ass. Quincy Riley. Why talk all this shit and not back it up? I think he's the best corner left. I think he is a cornerback 1 if he comes back healthy. Vikings are on the clock.
Oh, whoa. I have a pick for the Vikings. Holy shit.
That's funny.
I feel like he fits a 3-4, and I think he'd be a solid pick for the Vikings here. Give me Shamar Turner.
He's lasted way too long.
Yeah, I
Very
think
true.
I think he's not. I don't think he's going to dominate necessarily, but I think he's one of those guys that's going to stick around for like 8 or 9 years in the league and will contribute.
Yep, I agree.
D, let me see what I picked for the Dolphins. I believe.
So far, you have Will Johnson and Xavier Watts, 2 secondary pieces.
Tackle. Good Lord. All right, let me see that offensive tackle class. All right. Not a lot to write home about, but
guard.
However,
here.
I do believe if I am a fan of Patrick Paul, as the way I am, I believe we need a solid right tackle, and I believe this guy can fit in, and that's not who I'm picking, but I appreciate giving me Anthony Belton.
Anthony Belton.
Oh,
that's not bad at all.
That is a good pick.
I had Emory
very
Jones
good pick.
showing on the screen, Greg, just so you know. That was the one he said is not it.
Josh isn't a fan of it. I saw by the.
Josh hates Belton?
Josh just really likes Jones.
I mean,
Derek also likes
I
Jones.
believe Patrick Paul if I'm the Dolphins, so I got to get that right tackle solidified.
Emory Jones only played right tackle because Will Campbell played left.
Correct.
Yeah, the 3rd overall pick only played left.
The Giants are on the board.
Oh, shit.
Hey, can I see the running backs?
Ooh.
Yes, Daddy. There's Tayton.
Oh, his boy's there.
Oh, I know. So is Samson. Oh,
Dude, shut the fuck up and don't you dare. Shut the fuck up and don't you dare. Patriots is 106, baby. Shut the fuck up and don't you dare.
Nah, here's the deal. I love fucking Ollie Gordon. I think
another
that,
fucking Jimmy Blanco, baby. Here we come.
I think Oklahoma State was such a dumpster fire this year that it like really affected him.
It's an abusive relationship, Josh. This is an abusive relationship.
What? I'm taking Ollie Gordon.
And you're like, hey man, you know what? State was so bad.
Oh,
State
you're
so bad. State was like bad, dude. And I can't tell you enough how bad it was, dude.
Yeah.
And so it's not Ollie's fault.
It's not.
All right.
Mike Leach is an idiot.
Wait. You mean Mike Gundy?
Thank you, Mike
Gundy. Don't besmirch the good goddamn name of Mike Leach.
49ers have taken Jihad Campbell, Garrett Tellinger, Denzel Burke.
Who's can I see D tackles?
Yes, sir.
Probably a good bit left. There's one.
Him here is great. I love this guy. This guy's a freak. I don't know if he'll work out, but he's a freak. Like,
he's got NFL size, but I just did not like watching him play football. Farmer.
Josh
didn't
Farmer?
like Farmer either.
This guy, freak.
CJ West.
Did you watch his tape?
No.
Boy, he gets double teamed a lot.
Yeah, all right. Because I don't like the other two dudes, so give me CJ West.
It's a great pick. He's so good, dude. Rams on the clock. Jackson Dart, Billy Bowman.
I feel like there's one need you gotta address, but
I'm thinking about this. You know what? Because I think that if he goes to a system that will actually utilize his skill set more, he could potentially blow up. Give me Barrett Carter.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. There you go.
Yeah, I remember like a couple years ago when he was like looked at as a top pick coming out, and he just plateaued at Clemson. So I don't know what the deal is with him, but like I think there's some potential that can still be unlocked there.
Lions are on the clock. Josh took Michael Williams and TJ Sanders.
So I have them addressing corner here. Can I see the corner?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have they have them as edge.
Well, they also have guard. I think is a.
That's really interesting. That's not what like the things that I was reading.
The good thing is you already have an edge drafted with Michael Williams.
Michael.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then let me see the guards. What guards do we got left?
Sir. Now tackles: Emory Jones, Charles Grant, Logan Brown, blah blah. Jackson Slater, Luke Kandra, Clay Webb, Marcus Tate, Connor Colby. Center Seth McLaughlin, who never played more than 700 reps in any college season.
Give me Jones out of LSU.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
That's another one that like if he hits, like he'll be a mainstay on an offensive line.
Okay, so here's the deal, Derek. I'm out of guys that I have scouted, I think.
Okay.
So just I'm shooting in the dark.
Okay, cool. I thought you were like, I'm going to go because I don't know anybody. No. You're here till
I just don't have.
We're here till at least 9, and then I can convince you for another half hour. That's okay. You just got to crowdsource. Next up, Titans.
Ward and Abuka.
Okay. So Tits.
Edge, corner, linebacker. They're top
edge, corner, linebacker. I hate this linebacker class. What do I got left in edge?
Gelati's got a lot of upside. Kyle Kennard is kind of an engine guy. Tyler Barron has huge upside as well. Yeah, Birch was it at Oregon? I mean, Oregon ran a great system. He was consistent. Your boy Jack Sawyer.
Ooh, Jack Sawyer's edge, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad pick at all.
Yeah, I'd take Jack Sawyer.
He
feels like a Titan.
Yeah, he lacks a little bit of like the athletic upside, but he matches it with just fucking grit, dude.
Right.
Browns are on the clock.
Yeah. All right. So what we got? We took Travis Hunter. We took
Marion Hampton, Landon Jackson.
Oh, shook. All right. Oh, it's all about. Do I value Travis Hunter playing 75% corner or 25% wide receiver? Ooh. Let me get the tackles actually real quick. Sorry, offensive tackle, but
yes, sir.
Defensive tackle is also in play here. Let me look at my list. Ooh. You know what? It'd be criminal not to take him here. Give me Walker here for defensive tackle.
Yeah.
I think for the start of the 4th round, I think that's not a bad pick at all.
Nah,
I know that like they're clamoring for some offensive line help, but I don't know. I thought about because Jones was there before Josh picked them because I don't think they're. I forget what the guy's name is. I tried to look up their depth chart before, but their right tackle was just not panning out. So, and I remember we wanted him for the Steelers at one point just because of his freaky ass size. He was like 6'9", 6'8", or something. Yeah.
Yep. The Giants are on the clock.
Can I see the quarterbacks?
Ooh. It's getting old.
Oh my God.
So far.
He's going to do it.
That's a line.
He's going to do it.
I love Kyle McCord, but is he going to be it?
That's not where I thought he was going.
I got 2 guys. He's in the mix now. I think he has 4,000 yards on the sniff out. He throws the ball better than almost anyone left on this board. There's a couple other guys who have risen a little bit here and there. I want Dylan Gabriel to be good. He could.
Dylan Gabriel's not good.
He's like
no. Yeah, he's a retire a number at Central Florida guy, not an NFL guy.
That's a lot of Oregon yards. He's about to give his own send off like Marcus. 30 seconds left.
Can I see wide receiver?
Now, I've heard a lot of buzz about Kyle Williams lately. I don't know if that's trying to sway your pick.
Absolute streaker.
I hate Nick Nash for the record.
I know a lot of people are still high on Savion Williams.
Go ahead and take Tez Johnson.
We are no longer on speaking terms. The Patriots are on the clock.
Watch him become the best receiver of the Giants.
Booker. Nice fucking ass. Need a little edge, need a little corner. Yeah.
I would argue you probably need more edge. You got to sign Carlton Davis, so it's like.
Gillette Stadium.
Cool.
Jaguars on the clock.
All right. Yeah, let me see what I got. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so we need offensive tackle help desperately, either tackle or guard. Mm-hmm. So let's go to that standpoint. Charles Grant might be Jalen Rivers. Go to the guard.
Please.
That's even worse. Give me pencil in Grant here. Let me see what he can do.
Man, I'm very high on Charles Grant. I think
same. I think he's same.
Yeah. Round 4 is a perfect sweet spot for him.
Yeah.
This is my favorite roster that I've ever seen ever.
You got a lot of your guys. I mean,
it's just sexy as like a Raiders fan. The problems I'm facing is we still don't have we have one starting corner, EP, or wide receiver. Oh, probably gonna go there. Yeah, I don't disagree. I like Parrish a ton. His undersized completely worries me. I like Hill. I like a couple of these lower guys. So for me, this is the freak of nature. I like Kyle Williams as a streaker, but they need a guy. Give me Savion Williams.
Yeah. I think for the start of the fourth, that's perfectly fine.
Bills are on the clock.
I actually really considered him for the Bills because I thought that would have been a fun pairing for him. Damn it.
Gotta sell tickets in Vegas, man.
Yeah, back to the drawing board. Okay, let me see what I have for the Bills that I've already gone.
Yes, sir. You currently have Kenneth Grant, Jalen Royals, Wyatt Millum.
Okay. I'm gonna go linebacker, and I'm gonna go Demetrius Knight Jr. Actually.
Yeah.
I've seen some of his tape. I like the way he plays actually, and I would not mind them adding some depth behind Matt Milano.
Yep. Jets on the clock.
Jets. Jets.
Kelvin Banks Jr., Harold Fannin Jr., Torrey Horton, not Jr. It's upsetting.
Is quarterback still in play, Josh?
No, because we decided that we liked Justin Fields.
They still have Tyrod Taylor on their roster, right?
Yeah, with one of his lungs. Let me see D tackle.
Yeah, I'm on it.
You're on it. Thank you.
That's a good spot to go. Farmer's good.
I didn't like Farmer.
Jordan Phillips would be a guy I would consider.
Okay, Austin, make the pick. Who are we going?
I would go Farmer here, to be completely honest.
There you go.
I've seen him go as high as late as the second round, so.
Panthers are on the clock. I've taken Walker, Porter, Wilson. This is an easy look.
I was going to say is wide receiver and play for Kyle Williams. It is.
He's a streaker. Him and Xavier Legette can actually give Bryce some talent. He's the last, not the last good receiver. There's guys sprinkled in here, but he's the last guy in a tier for me. Saints, Shador, Savon, Makuba, Trey Harris.
I really like this class so far. I'm going to add to the defensive line. Give me Jamari Caldwell.
Yeah. Dude, he's a freak.
Nice.
Raw, but a freak.
Yeah, I don't know if he has necessarily the right athleticism for this team, but I still think he's a solid defensive line option.
49ers have John Campbell, Garrett Dellinger, Denzel Burke, C.J. West. Any positions you're feeling, Josh?
I feel like I did pretty good by them.
No, this is a good draft. The very 49ers draft.
I would say the only one I would maybe consider here, I don't know how you feel with Dillinger being valued as the tackle position, but you got to eventually maybe look to replace that tackle position with Trent Williams.
Cornelius is sick, but he's a right tackle.
Yeah. Rivers kind of reminds me more of a guard.
So the Holland Pierce kid, have you guys seen this?
You love him.
Ooh,
no, I do not.
Yes. He was here.
He's in your ranking.
He's low.
Pierce.
Yeah, but Josh, we've drafted 11 tackles.
So here's what I like.
Top 10 and be number 10, and you go, he's low in my ranking.
He's
drafted
6'8". He's 6'8" and doesn't take penalties, so I like that.
But Josh,
really good in the run game too.
What I'm saying is we have drafted so many tackles, and you're saying a guy you don't like.
How do they do this? How do they watch that many fucking kids?
It's not
I feel like I've watched and I didn't even watch that much. I watched a highlight video, and I would skip to when they weren't playing Chattanooga High School, right? And find the decent games, right? And I'm exhausted. Doing this.
Do you read ever?
Okay, first off, you know that fucking answer, don't you?
You don't have to watch every. Do you watch in at least 2 times speed?
I just jump to the teams. I'll jump to versus Alabama or a Big Ten or an SEC school.
So when we respectfully, when we the three of us say, "Oh, we watched his film," we didn't see it live.
Then how did you? No, not watch. Like I watched it on YouTube, but it wasn't like.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Okay. All right. Give me the Rutgers kid.
Ace.
But is in your top 10. Jalen Walker, Darian Porter. It's a Kyle Williams. Yeah. I know Ransom. Last safety I like there. Cardinals. Shamar Stewart, Jalen Noel. A couple guys I like at this position, but I'll go Smolden.
Is Kobe King not a draftable player?
He's in the 266s, man. So
really,
yeah.
Damn.
I took this guy. He's out of Georgia. Yeah, I hope an essence of Nakobe Dean lands on my lap. Will Johnson, Xavier Watts, Anthony Belton for the Dolphins.
Yeah, show me the tight end class. What's left? I think I might have him ahead of him on my rankings. I'd have to check, but since we're not checking, I'm just going in blind. Give me a vertical tight end. Give me Terrence Ferguson.
Great speed at the combine.
Dolphins. I didn't know if I had Gunnar Helm ahead of him or not.
No, it's a great pick. Colts, I got Tyler Warren, Donovan Jackson, Jake Majors. Actually, I'm turning out to like this class a lot despite hating it.
You got Paul there. You got Simon.
Yeah.
Linderberg.
But there's all these really sexy running backs.
Oh, yeah, screw Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, take one.
Yeah, also wide receivers. Also quarterbacks.
Ugh.
Do you think that's how this is really going to go?
Yeah, I'm going Chris Paul Jr. Yeah, I hate it.
Okay.
I hate it too.
All right, Falcons. We went edge, corner. Let me see. Is that all we got so far?
You have Mike Green
corner.
and Maxwell Harrison.
All right. I don't have too much left on my list here, but let me check. Yeah, give me that linebacker class. Yeah, we gotta go. Oh, give me the Ohio State boy. Give me Curtis Simon. Yeah. Yeah. Sup?
Jack Kaiser, linebacker.
I don't want Jack Kaiser.
No.
Former defensive coordinator.
Kobe Bryant, Jordan Hancock. You guys have no fucking secondary, and you're out here making me draft Kaiser this early. It's pick 119. He's 166.
He'll be a fit right in. Al Golden's there to save the day.
Oh, for God's sake.
You're in over your head.
Let him. It's such a
What
Bengals.
the fuck is wrong with him?
It's such a Bengals pick. Let him.
That's a pretty good pick. Titans are on the board. It's not a bad pick. I just could make it better.
Can I see what I've drafted already?
Yes, sir.
Corner,
It's
quarterback,
Cam
wide
Ward,
receiver,
Egbuka,
edge, yeah.
Sawyer.
Next need I'm showing for you guys, Josh, is linebacker.
Oh, Kobe King, suck it.
Deal. Done. That's the most Titans pick of all time. Bucks are on the clock. Donovan Izaraku, Azariah Thomas, Danny Stutzman.
What else do they need?
A little safety action. Jalen Reed out of Penn State.
Done.
Here. Yep. Broncos are on the board. They've Josh is in a rapid fire. Quinshon Judkins, Gavin Bartholomew, Isaiah Nayor. Broncos on the clock. That's a running back, a tight end, a wide receiver. How about a fucking defender, Josh?
Whatever Penn State defender is available.
Alrighty.
Lineman.
None there. None there. Do they produce football players? What the fuck?
Not as many as Pitt, Greg will tell you.
Yeah, well, touche.
Oh, dang. Looks like we Don ran at.
We're gonna go down this list.
What do I need?
Rutgers.
What do we...
Robert Longerby.
No, fuck him. Hang on. What position am I drafting?
Corner.
Corner?
So you got all offense. So linebackers there too. We took King.
Yeah.
Teddy Buchanan's there. It's a great name.
Any edge rushers for him available?
Hang on, I got one. Hang on.
None of them went to Penn State, Austin. Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm getting it. All right.
Do you know Bam Martin Scott from Penn State, Josh?
Nope.
All right, well, good thing you didn't lie because he went to South Carolina.
Where is he? Hang on. Oh, shit.
Greg, how you doing, man? What's up?
I'm doing great, Duke. How about you? You excited for?
Killing some time on the show, Josh.
Yeah, because I can see the numbers just like scrolling across Josh's glasses right now. It's a lot. It's a lot for him to process.
Yeah.
Cam Stone, defensive back out of Miami.
So that's not Penn State.
Or Hawaii. I'm sorry, Hawaii.
Okay, we gotta talk about our states.
There he is, Cam Stone.
All right, Greg.
They now have 3 Wyoming players.
This one's easy. He's there. Give me Kobe Bryant.
Over Parrish.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Like, the secondary is something that I argued with Dre in the group chat on, is that it's desperate. It's something that is needed, and depending on who is there, which is why we had the conversation about Jediah Barron, I would not be shocked if the Steelers took corner in the first round. I would love Will Johnson for the Steelers, but alas, at that point. So I would probably pick Kobe Bryant here, given the option.
Now, the fact
Greg,
that
you've known me long enough to know it's pronounced Elsas, dude. Just figure it out.
You know what? Damn, that's a very good point.
Now, to be totally transparent, quarterback, we obviously don't know what's happening. There are a multitude left. Do any of them cross your mind at this pick in the 4th round?
For what position again?
For quarterback. I don't know if we took one already. I don't think we did.
I mean,
I know that Will Howard's the top. Quentin Ewers is there.
Will Howard, I would think about. Like, he has the measurables that I think like they desire, like 6'4", winner, can move in the pocket if necessary and stuff like that. But he's also a developmental project. And again, I just feel like I look at this team and there's so many other areas that I want them to get depth in, and so many other areas that I want them to prioritize before I even like.
You know as well as I do. I am all for front of moving up to next year for. Kobe Bryant, I believe, was the pick.
Yes.
You slut. All right, Packers are on the clock.
Packers. Let's see what we got here. We did cornerback, edge, wide receiver, I believe. Let me see the D-tackle class.
D-tackle is up. Your boy's right there at the top.
Yeah, let me get Jordan Phillips here. Maryland. Sounds like a pretty... And now we have back-to-back picks. Chargers. Ooh. You know what? Let me see that running back class.
Ooh.
Let me see it. Yeah. Give me Damian Martinez.
Greg's boy.
Los Angeles. And now we go to the Jaguars. Actually, let me see the. I know the names in the running back. Let me see the safety. Let me see the safeties. Oh, Slater, Castro. You know what? Give me Malachi Moore. Alabama.
Yeah. RJ Mickens is a guy that's also starting to like climb up boards from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Rams.
All right. Let me see who I've picked so far.
Yes, sir. Jackson Dart, Billy Bowman, and Barrett Carter. Good class.
You know what? Just because I think this will be fun, give me Basil Tootin.
I know.
Oh, son of a
Hey,
bitch.
Hunter.
Great name.
That's a
home run
That's a home
hitter
run.
and a half. I'm a little nervous about the offensive line he's running behind. But
from Sean Payton. He's
But he hits
scooting. It's coming deep in.
he hits a hole, motherfucker's gone.
Commanders are on the clock.
All right, I have my pick here. Let me see the cornerback position real quick.
Hancock.
Yeah,
Hancock
Jesus,
Parrish.
he's still there. Give me Jacob Parrish. That's
Yeah.
crazy that he's still there.
They're still not scarred from Emmanuel Forbes, and they won't make you think they are.
Hey, Emmanuel Forbes.
I Ravens are on the clock. Malachi Starks, Braden Swinson, Cameron Williams. A great class.
I'm thinking.
See what is next on availability.
Slater and Kandra aren't bad guards there. They need a little guard help. I don't know how much you are in love with Isaiah Likely, but another tight end wouldn't kill him. They don't have enough wide receivers.
Let me see the tight end.
Gunnar Helm's still there.
Yeah, Gunnar Helms, always a consistent guy. Bringing Stool from Clemson, I think you've had high.
Oh, I
you
like
had,
Bringing Stool.
Yeah, Bringing Stool's good.
Give me
I
him.
was gonna say, I thought you had Luke as Leachy or as Lakey.
Nick Lachey.
Yeah, Lachey.
Yeah,
not
he
even
can't
one
block.
of the two.
But I did like him out of Iowa because Iowa just produces tight ends.
Tight ends.
And
That's what
Josh,
They
the
do.
Lions. Yeah, honestly, before I even heard that, that's the whole reason I had him even ranked top 10. It's because of Iowa. You have Michael Williams, TJ Sanders, Emory Jones. Josh.
So now I'm kind of like they switched. Now I switch over to the O side for them. O line receiver, tight end.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that wide receiver might not be a bad option for you.
Let's see the
depending on who's
receivers.
there.
Yeah, I mean, now that Ted Johnson's gone, any of these guys can be good. Isaiah Bond.
Did Burden go?
Yeah,
Luther Burden.
Yeah.
first round.
Oh, yeah.
Or second round. Sorry.
Second round.
Man, the Isaiah Bond thing's crazy to me.
If there's a team, well, I mean, dude, because his lawyer's coming back saying this is completely false and not real. It could it could be fake. Like it very much he was not met in a court of law.
So here's the deal. That Nick Nash kid is a Dan Campbell football player, so go Nick Nash.
Didn't you just say fuck Nick Nash like a minute ago?
Yeah, because Nick Nash carved Wyoming.
Okay, got it. Nick Nash was a quarterback who turned wide receiver and now finds the pocket and everything he runs and led college football in receiving yards last year.
Yeah, kid's good.
If I'm not mistaken, Greg is up from back-to-back-to-back picks.
Then I finally get that pick.
Yeah,
Yay.
you are not mistaken, sir. All right.
So shut the fuck up, Josh.
Yeah, let me see what I got for the Saints.
Oh, what up, Devin? How you doing, brother?
Let me see what I got for the Saints, bud.
Yeah, Devin, a pick for the Eagles were fucking killing.
Got
Saints got
Sanders,
Sanders, Ravel, Nakuba, Harris, Caldwell. A fucking great draft so far.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, wait, he is probably available. Give me offensive line. Give me is he there? Yes, give me my boy Logan Brown.
Yeah. That's a good pick. Could be, couldn't be. Nothing terrible about it. The Bills are on the clock.
Yeah, again, let me see.
That's a great draft class as well.
Corner would probably be. I know that they just signed Tre'Davious White to a 6 year, 1 year, $6 million deal. But
6 years, $1 million each.
Yeah, you know what? Here, D, give me your boy Tommy Hill.
Yeah, dude. Just a good outside corner.
And then the Chiefs. Let me see. What I got.
Yep.
Okay, Graysickle, Tercey, your boy.
is it crazy that wide receiver might be in the
It's
room
a
here?
little interesting. Let me see defensive tackle.
Some names.
Yeah.
Don't do it, slut.
Oh, just for the hell of it, 'cause I think this would be hilarious and also kind of fun. Give me Cam Jackson.
The fuck is Cam Jackson?
He was there. Defensive.
He was up
tackle.
there. Yeah, go up.
Get
He's,
out of here.
Yeah, he's right under
180.
your boy.
Ah, to Florida. Who the fuck is
Yeah.
Cam Jackson? 6'6".
I-
Oh, is that big dude?
He's the big dude, yeah.
Oh my god, that's a great pick. Oh,
yes.
Snap.
Uh-huh.
That's funny as hell. Dude, I was like, who the fuck is King Jackson? No, he's the big dude.
Yes, mammoth motherfucker.
Eagles, I got Scorton, I got Darius Alexander, I got Quincy Riley.
Is this where you do the whole maybe replacement for Dallas Goedert?
No, I don't. Goddard's fine. I just don't think they're going to replace. From a tackle perspective, actually, yeah. He's a right primarily, but Cornelius tackle out of Oregon.
Let me see if I'm pretty sure I took Terrence Ferguson. Yeah, okay, so we don't need to go tight end here. Okay, I'm going to make a splash here, and I'm worried about that concussion protocol. I am taking Will Howard here.
It's not a bad pick.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Everyone keeps
That's
saying
a great pick.
for the lefty, but that's not a bad pick.
Lefty for a lefty was what I thought too, Deke.
It just makes so much sense because your
does.
tackles.
Dylan Gabriel's also mobile.
Yeah, he's spicy. Ravens.
What did I already pick?
You've had a really good draft.
Safety, edge, tackle, tight end.
All of them will hit because it's the fucking Ravens.
Yep. You could use a little guard.
A little linebacker.
Linebacker would do well.
Wide
receiver, Eddie Buchanan still around there.
He was fun to watch.
Cody Linden.
Good old Jay Higgins.
Jerry Bossa out of Oregon. That being said, you got Tay Felton, Dante Thornton, Pat Bryant at wide receiver if you need.
Isaiah Bond to the Ravens.
I'm sad that I showed you wide receiver now.
No.
The Seahawks are on the clock.
He's a Raven.
I picked so many, so let me see what I got here. Okay, wide receiver, tackle, guard, running back, edge. Safety might be in play here. Yeah, let me see the safety class real quick. I think I might be higher on him than more, but give me Sanker of Virginia.
That's fine. Good athlete. The 49ers. Deon Campbell, Garrett Dellinger, Denzel Burke, C.J. West, Holland Pierce. Everything you could ever want more.
They need edge.
Kennard is still there? Damn. Kennard at the end of the fourth is crazy.
Do Gavin Myers.
I'm so sorry, what?
Gavin?
Oh, maybe he's a linebacker.
Maybe he's D tackle.
Yeah.
There you go.
639.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen,
Deep sleeper.
we all make our own.
I gotta go to bed. It's
Might I read that he has no player info? Not a single drop of information was put into the Pro Football Network website about this guy.
He's a good kid.
Okay, that is the show. We made it through 4 rounds.
Let's go.
That's crazy.
I love that you're celebrating that, Greg. That makes me feel better about it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys so much for joining us. Next week we got the draft show. Greg will be in town. We'll have some fun. Austin, Josh, it was good to have you both back.
As always.
All right, go to sleep, everybody. We're old as fuck and this sucks.
We are.
All right, love you guys.
No.
Yeah.